alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
If you're an agent or broker in group benefits, get ready to learn about an exciting and innovative new program to offer your clients. Eternal Benefit is now offering the first pre-planning program that's available as a payroll deduction and allows benefits for the entire family. Our pre-planning program can include coverage for yourself, your spouse, plus your immediate family, including parents, children, grandparents, and even aunts, uncles, and cousins. Looking for a great reason to contact your clients? This is it. No more meetings where you have nothing new to offer. Eternal Benefit plans lock in and provide for funeral and burial expenses regardless of price increases. Employees can now take care of their family member without pressure. Choose from hundreds of funeral homes and cemeteries. Plans are completely transferable, even if your clients move to another state. The program pays some of the highest commissions in the group benefits area. Find out more. Go to eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574. Eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574.
You ready for a crazy time? Well, we're going back to Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace for our Daily Blender Fantasy Football Draft Party Friday, August 25th. We're going to broadcast the Daily Blender live from 3 to 6 p.m. And then at 7 p.m., all the Blender leagues are going to draft together. It's always nuts and a ton of fun. You don't even have to be in one of our leagues to come and hang out. Join the Daily Blender at Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace, 3 p.m. till we're done partying. Friday, August 25th, here on 1580 The Fanatic.
The all-new Nissan Ariya is a fully loaded EV. It's brimming with style and power.
Up to 389 horses of it.
Innovation and intelligence.
E-Force all-wheel drive.
It'll pin you to your seat.
Your very plush seat.
The all-new, all-electric Nissan Ariya. E-Force cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. E-Force and 389 horsepower available on Platinum Plus. Nissan calculation using 1-foot rollout testing with long-range battery and E-Force only in sport mode with E-Step off. These results are for comparison only and should not be attempted on public roads. Drive responsibly. See nissanusa.com for details.
Greg Clark Automotive trains certified technicians located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles 44 summers now, offering our summer cooling system inspection diagnosis on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Every air conditioning service includes a dye injection to find leaks. Contact us today at 602-246-2881 and online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention 1580 and get 10% off of labor.
Hi, I'm Tom Horn, Arizona Schools Chief. My job is to encourage excellence in public schools, and Arizona does have excellent public schools. But if your school is not meeting your child's needs, Arizona has adopted Empowerment Scholarship accounts. The accounts help parents pay for any school of their choice, so Arizona students have every opportunity available. Learn more at azed.gov or call 602-364-1969.
Sponsored by the Arizona Department of Education.
KQFN AM Tempe, K257 CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM, K240 EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Mornings are better with Wake Up Call with Tony and Ron. Weekday mornings on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
All right, people, settle down because it's time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Monday here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. It's broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I have a letter I need to read for everybody.
No, it's one of those FCC letters again?
No, it's worse. It's worse. Dear Jeffrey, yeah, I can get Kevin Harlan to do it. Gonna need a script. Let me know. Thanks. Ryan McGuire from Westwood One Communications.
Damn it!
I told you guys. I told you guys to wait till Monday, but no, everybody had to have their draft order. So yeah, pancake eating guy gave us our order. He did a fine job of pulling the names out of an air fryer. I mean, that's what you get for $20 on the Cameo. It was 20 because I expedited, and he did a good job. We could have had Kevin Harlan had we waited a few more days.
Should we do like a redraw then?
Nope. Can you imagine the bloodbath? The people who had gotten the first pick now get the 9th pick, and everybody's like,
the rage. Yeah. I'm okay with it. I knew what was at risk when I made my decision. I can't speak for the rest of the fourth dimension or anybody else, but it was important to me to know where I was picking, damn it. That's what
I hope it was worth it. I hope your mock drafts make the difference, because I should have never listened to you people. I should have always gone with my own instinct. My own instinct was wait till Monday. Wait till Monday. And if I don't have an answer by showtime, then you get the pancake eating guy pulling the draft order for the Daily Blender Fantasy Football Leagues. No, I had to listen to you guys. That'd be the last time. Last time. And Navy Brad, you don't get the 10th pick. I think you got the 8th pick, didn't you? I don't know what you got. So whatever the case, we have our fantasy football orders. They are applied to everybody's leagues. There is one positive thing that will come of this. Kevin Harlan will hopefully be on the show with us next week. He will come on the show.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
So we can ask him anything we want and talk about whatever we want. Getting ready as he gets ready for Monday Night Football, along with Kurt Warner here on 15A The Fanatic. Just saying, though, I told you guys so.
I mean, and that's something big. We get Kevin Harlan on the show.
I feel like that's cooler.
Yeah, man.
We could have had both.
Okay, but the cooler one would be talking to Kevin Harlan. Not the draft order. I'm picking third. I'm okay with everything that happens.
Oh, you're happy no matter what.
Yeah, you know. And even if I wasn't picking third, like if I was picking dead last, at least I know the idea that I was going to sit through the weekend.
Did you mock draft over the weekend?
No.
See, you didn't even try. God, you got
the mock draft is not why I want to know where I'm picking. I just realistically, who am I going to try to take first? And if I'm picking last, that's different than if I'm picking, second.
I got number 6 pick in our league, which means Tyreek Hill's probably my best bet, but I can't do that. So I got to do something else. So I don't know. The only thing I've got going for me is, even that doesn't matter. Rosalie Michaels is going to be in Italy, and she's probably going to have to auto draft. In fact, now, because the guy and the pancake guy from the video was kind of heckling her about auto drafting, she's like, I will auto draft and I will win the league. And I'm like, I dare you. And so if she does that, it's great, but that doesn't help me with the first round. That only helps me on every other round because she picks right after me. So, hey, Randy, at least you didn't get the last pick this year.
Next question.
You got number 9 out of 12. It's just, listen, I'm not happy with my position either. Keon is the only one that's happy with his position, and he's not even in the Premier League.
So there you go.
Hey, listen, it is what it is. I'll do the best I can. I won't abandon my team like some people do. I will play. I will do my best.
Good man. Beer Nut says, how do I know what my pick order is? Well, see, here's the thing that a lot of people are reporting that on the app, it does not show you guys your draft position or draft order. You have to be on an actual computer to see that. And that's usually just right up on the top row. It says draft info. Why? I don't know. I don't design the damn thing. We just run it through NFL.com. So you're going to have to get on a computer with your login. Just go on there and you'll see that. During draft day, everybody says they can draft from their phones. So no big deal. Go to a computer, check where you are in the draft order. And then on draft day, if you're going to use a phone, well, now you know. I mean, that's all I got. Baker's Cocky Hen says, is the order the names that are showing on the app the order of the draft? I can't find where it actually shows the draft order. Just told you, Baker's Cocky Hens, you're going to have to get on a computer to see that.
So I'm on my computer right now.
Okay.
And I'm looking for this.
Well, you have to be on NFL.com, the draft. You have to be on your team on your computer.
Yeah,
you can't
I'm on
just
my
be
team.
on your
I'm
computer.
on my
it won't
team.
show up on Windows.
I'm on my.
If you click on league, then it'll take you to the fantasy page. And then it has 2 rows of headers. If you go to the second row of headers, close to the end of the row, third from
Draft
the right.
intro.
Yeah,
info, right
yeah,
there.
then click
Okay,
on that.
there you go. So it's you got to fourth dimension. You have to be on your computer, signed in on your team, and then select league. Okay, from that the upper part of the window there, select league, and then you'll see it in the lower settings on the top there. It says draft info.
Yeah, unfortunately, not
they're
on
all
the
there.
app. It's
They're
not on
all
the
there.
app.
Yeah.
Donnie says 6 overall pick stinks. I demand a recount. Well, I would be with you on that, except for, that's just life, dude. Mr. Wilbur says, I'm sure Moisman likes his position. Oh, yeah. No, he does, because it's fourth. It's fourth. And he's probably doing something dirty. Anyway, so there you go. You can go see yours, but you'll have to have a computer to do it. So, I mean, listen, I get it. I can get by with the number 6 pick. I'm just upset that we could have had Kevin Harlan do this. And Kevin Harlan luck might have graced us all. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the special magic Kevin Harlan touch would have made all the difference in the world.
Well, it wouldn't have graced us all. Somebody has to be
Kevin
last.
Harlan and Jeffrey O'Brien with the first pick.
All you would have is the golden pipes of Kevin Harlan telling you you're dead last.
I mean, that was possible. That was always going to be.
I mean, there's someone has to be.
You think I should do Kevin Harlan's voice to Kevin Harlan?
Why not?
Just to see if he. And ladies and gentlemen, here's Kevin Harlan. He's like, wait, what? I think it'd be fun.
It would be fun.
Berg says, afternoon, guys. That pancake guy was funny.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Tell you what, for a $10 guy on Cameo, he did do a great job. I was actually surprised he did it, to be honest. 888-368-1580. And it wasn't about, so much the money. It was just, their rules, their things. Next year, we're going to have Kevin Harlan. Next year, we got Kevin Harlan. Simple as that. I think the delay was we had said Jim Rome or Kevin Harlan. Now, part of that was me thinking, Jim Rome ain't doing this. So Kevin Harlan. But they waited to ask Kevin because they were working on Jim Rome. So,
well, that stinks.
Yeah. That's another part of this
because
equation.
I think if you asked everybody, I think everyone would have said Kevin Harlan over Jim.
Yeah. It was unanimous when we talked about this on the air a couple of weeks ago. So, but all right, here we are. This is where we are. It's okay.
That's life.
Chosen One says, afternoon, gentlemen, 2 drafts this week. I actually prefer to draft out of the top 5 as you can take the best player available. Well, yeah, most people do, Chosen One. And how do you have 2 drafts this week? They better not both be Daily Blender drafts because you're only allowed to be on one league in the Daily Blender fantasy football leagues. Just a reminder. I have a couple of stray people that I'm trying to plug into different positions, different teams. And one of the leagues has ratted out like 3 people who gave up on their teams last year. So we might be thinning the herd on some of these leagues just to make sure everybody involved is actually playing. Because what happens in one team doesn't play and they don't put players up and they've got injured players and it just stinks. It's just no fun for everybody else.
Yeah, and then they actually have good players, but they don't bother to update their lineup ever. So it's just wasted because everybody that's actually trying could probably use those players. But,
Yup. So you've got dead weight sitting there in a team doing nothing. Dodger Danny says, how about them Diamondbacks taking the series from the San Diego Padres and Fernando Tatis and his Cancun step over third base every time he hits a home run? Well, let's go back to the Diamondbacks. Yay! That was pretty good, huh, Randy? 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
On the and they swept a doubleheader. Not bad.
It took a swept doubleheader. Got out of there before the hurricane hit, so that was good. And
by the way, it was a hurricane. It was a hurricane NATO. I just never throw in the NATO part. It sounds even. Yeah. Everybody in California is freaking the bleep out, and it hasn't really even been a big deal. It kind of dirtied up Palm Springs, but if we're honest, Palm Springs is already pretty dirty. So not. I mean, they're like, you can't get in or out of Palm Springs. Oh no! All the people sitting there with their luxury grocery stores filled to the rafters with food. How will they get by? Come on, stupid. It's like Palm Springs. It's like, I guess we won't be able to golf for a couple days. No, come on.
Well, that is a disaster for them.
It's just, whatever. I'm glad I'm out here and not in there. So, the worst of it, I do believe, was Palm Springs getting some I-10 washed out around it. So, but our station there stayed on the air. No problem.
Well, we're the Valley Sports leader over there.
Yeah. Correct.
So
anyway, Navy Brad says, looking forward to seeing the Blender Nation this Friday. I don't know about a nation, community, conglomerate,
club,
coven. I don't know. Chosen One says, no, I only have one Blender draft, but I am in 3 leagues. Okay, that's cool. 3 leagues. How many leagues can you be in before it gets to be just too much? I think a lot of guys go in and they load up a bunch of different leagues. And when they have I got a good team here, then they sort of ignore the other teams and just play the good ones. And they're like, look at me, I'm good at fantasy football. Everybody's good at fantasy football in a shotgun blast of drafts. Or, I have no respect for your people who sit there and play 12 leagues, and then they're like, I won a championship. Well, mathematically it was bound to happen.
I mean, fair. I think the thing that just is frustrating for me is having different good players across different teams. So I think one team is actually doing really well. And I realize no, it's just one guy on this team and one guy on that team and one guy on another team. So I just do one league now. It's less stressful that way.
It's less to keep up with. I might do 2 leagues if I had more time. I don't barely have time for 1 league. Rye Guy says Ray Finkel's son. Ray Finkel's going first round, first pick. Well, probably at your hands, yes. Berg says, so you think Jonathan Taylor gets traded since the Colts have given him permission? Yeah, probably.
I mean, we'll see. I don't know that anybody wants to give up the picks. That's the issue.
It's a joke, basically. Oh, yeah, go ahead. You see what you can find. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, and then the team comes back and says, we'll give you 2 fourth rounders. And then the Colts are obviously going to say no. And then we've gone nowhere.
People are going to want him. I think he's just going to be too expensive. Baker's Cocky Hen says, the last pick? Curse you, pancake man. Oh, sorry, Baker's Cocky Hens.
Oh, no.
See, that's the thing. Everybody I've been through this for years. The people who get good picks love me. The people who get bad picks hate me. Now I have transferred that over.
You've offloaded that.
Yeah, I was trying to do it to Kevin Harlan because even Baker's Cocky Hens would be last pick. Curse you, Kevin Harlan. Oh, I love him so much.
Yeah,
he said,
you simply can't.
God, I love that Kevin Harlan. The Chosen One says, tried 4 leagues, but you end up needing a player to score 7, not 8 points, as he'll beat you in another league. Even 3 can be a lot. Don't understand a thing you just said, but we'll just go ahead and agree with you that a 3 can be a lot of leagues. Navy Brad says, I predict 11 wins this season for Rabbit Team 6. Okay, nobody cares. By the way, after the draft, nobody cares about your fantasy football. We try not to talk about it on the show outside of people who have done exceptional in a week, crazy things that might happen. But in general, everybody gets bored if we talk about our own fantasy football. We have people answer your fantasy football questions about players, because if Randy says, hey, what about Brock Purdy? There's a bunch of other people who are going to care about Brock Purdy. Either they're playing against or using him to play and seeing if he'll get points. So that's more interesting for everybody. But Navy Brad, I don't want to hear about your damn team again for the rest of the season unless you win a championship. Or unless something really exceptional happens, because you don't want to hear about my team the same way. Am I wrong?
I don't think you're wrong. The trash talk is what I care about.
Trash talk is always acceptable. Yes.
Yeah. But everything else is,
So Navy Brad, if you want to trash talk people, by all means, text it on in, text it all in. But if you win or lose, I don't care. I just don't. Nothing personal. And this goes across the board for everybody else. So, we will talk about the NFL fan pick'em. I'll announce who the front runners are and how we do on the show, since we play against each other and you guys play against us. We'll talk about who scores the highest out of all the fantasy football leagues in any given week, and we'll mock whoever does the worst and tries, but outside of that, no, I don't care. Berg says, why did Pancake Guy call Rosalie a bye week? Well, because what he was saying is she's auto drafting. He kind of garbled that when he said it, but yeah, he knew that Rosalie Michaels will be in Italy for 4 weeks and that she's going to auto draft. And if she auto drafts, I feel like that does make her a bye week. You know what I mean? Anybody auto drafts ain't going to make it. You are not going to win much.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, the draft is half the battle. The other part is how do you deal with injuries and how do you work the waiver wire? And Rosalie's good at that part.
Yeah, well, keep in mind, it was also engineered to try to goad her into showing up, at least when we do our draft on Saturday morning for the Premier League.
I like that it didn't work at all. She's like, no, Italy is more important.
Yeah, well, we'll find out. I would not be surprised if all of a sudden she just shows up in the chat there. Maybe doesn't say anything. Suddenly starts drafting well, that kind of thing. Baker's Cocky Hen says, I'm renaming my team to something, I don't know, Drake related. Why would you do that?
Because you hate yourself and you have to think about Drake literally every Sunday for the next few months. Why would you do that?
It's a very, we need some more information on that. Now, Blissful Hayes says they don't have computers in Italy to draft. Everybody knows they don't have computers there. 0 computers in Italy. Do they have a space? Did they have a space? They don't have a space program. So clearly they have no computers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Bruno Baller says, I like Washington's chance to stop the winning streak of the Ravens tonight. How about you guys? Well, there's some player on the Commandos that says, this whole streak for the Ravens in preseason is stupid. I was like, that guy's my hero because it's true. It is stupid.
Is any one of your offensive linemen guys?
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't know? You haven't heard that story?
I'm not reading preseason quotes, man.
I've got it here somewhere, but it's deep in my.
Yeah. I read the training camp notes because that stuff's kind of important. It tells you what the coaches think about stuff. But
he said not only is the winning streak stupid, but we're going to end that tonight.
Rye Guy says we're soft and over-exaggerate in Southern California, guys. Are you surprised by the Armageddon approach to the storm? Hillary, appropriate name, didn't deliver, lied, full of wind, just like the political dumpster fire.
Wow. Strong opinions right out the gate. I just think that, if not used to that kind of weather, when it shows up, you're going to panic in the same way.
I could have told you Hillary wasn't going to blow.
Oh, no. God. I don't know. If you live in a place where it doesn't snow very much, like there's a snowmageddon that everybody goes through, just that if you live in, I don't know, Massachusetts or something, you just don't care.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, I'm starting from the bottom with the last pick, but I'm going to be taking the trophy. Was that a Drake rap or something?
Yes. Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Oh,
started from the bottom. Now the whole team here.
Baker's Cocky Kens. I'm going to just tell you the same thing I told Navy Brad. Nobody cares. All right. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll talk a little baseball. We'll talk a little stuff. And then we've got a giant pile of NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brett Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. The best way to start betting smarter is to sign up for a free VSiN subscription at vsin.com/subscribe. That's vsin.com/subscribe.
NFL, the final preseason game for the Arizona Cardinals will be on Saturday in Minnesota. They'll take on the Vikings. Minnesota, a 1-point favorite, -110 on the money line. Arizona also -110 with an over-under of 35.5. Arizona opening up the regular season on September 10th in Washington against the Commanders. Washington, an early 6-point favorite, -255 on the money line. Arizona +210. Over-under for that Week 1 contest is at 39. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
The all-new Nissan Ariya is a fully loaded EV. It's brimming with style and power,
Up to 389 horses of it.
innovation, and intelligence.
E-Force all-wheel drive.
It'll pin you to your seat.
Your very plush seat.
The all-new, all-electric Nissan Ariya. E-Force cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. E-Force and 389 horsepower available on Platinum Plus. Nissan calculation using 1-foot rollout testing with long-range battery and E-Force only in sport mode with E-step off. These results are for comparison only and should not be attempted on public roads. Drive responsibly. See nissanusa.com for details.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
You ready for a crazy time? Well, we're going back to Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace for our Daily Blender Fantasy Football Draft Party Friday, August 25th. We're going to broadcast the Daily Blender live from 3 to 6 p.m. And then at 7 p.m., all the Blender leagues are going to draft together. It's always nuts and a ton of fun. You don't even have to be in one of our leagues to come and hang out. Join the Daily Blender at Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace, 3 p.m. till we're done partying. Friday, August 25th, here on 1580 The Fanatic.
There are many questions to be answered for the Arizona Cardinals this preseason. Who will lead the Redbirds at quarterback when the season starts?
Dominate on 3, 1, 2, 3, dominate.
How well does this team adapt to a new offensive scheme? How will the new faces contribute to helping this team compete?
Everybody working. Everybody working.
When it comes to Arizona Cardinals training camp,
Here we go.
we talk about it. Your home for the NFL, playoffs, and Super Bowl 58. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Diamondbacks win 3 out of their last 4 games against the San Francisco Giants, won 7 of their last 10 games, got the Texas Rangers next. Good time is over.
Well, I don't know because the Texas Rangers, they were brought down to earth last night as well. So they're not the juggernaut you might think. In their last 10, the Rangers are 4-6. So
all right, well, maybe we'll get away with something.
Losers of 4 in a row right now.
Oh, no kidding. No kidding.
Yeah. All we've got to do is get at least one.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be a huge victory for us to take 2 from these guys and stay on point with the Los Angeles Soggy Dodgers.
Oh, that'd be nice. It would be nice. By the way, before I do anything else, happy birthday to Sister Jean. She's 100, sexy, and 4 years old. Oh, my God.
No kidding.
104 years old. I can't believe she's still doing it.
Sister Jean.
Getting it done and looking hot.
Happy birthday. That's because she wears all those clothes.
Oh no, man. She's
she got the holy undergarments, then she's got the outer garments.
Yeah.
Then she's got the neck thing, and then she's got that hat thing, and then she wears a jacket because she's cold all the time. Because once you get a certain age, it doesn't matter who you are, you become cold.
I can keep her warm. I'm just saying, listen, ever since the good Lord decided to take B. Arthur away, took Rue McClanahan away, took Betty White away.
That was one of your favorites, Rue McClanahan, right?
At least I still have Sister Jean. You know what I mean? I bet her Craftmatic will adjust for me, if you know what I mean.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Sister Jean she's hot. I'm sorry.
Well,
and my wife she's aware of this. We all get a hall pass. She's my hall pass. Sister Jean. If I ever am in a situation where, oh, hi, Sister Jean, I run into her in an elevator and she's like, oh, are you in town for the night? Just one night for you, baby. Yeah, I've got a hall pass for Sister Jean.
Wow. Serious, huh?
Mm-hmm. Her hall pass is Ricardo Montalban. Shh, don't say it.
With his rich Corinthian leather.
Yeah. She doesn't know he's gone. So I just think that's fine. She's got a hall pass for Ricardo.
Know what I found out this weekend?
What's that?
Twitter, although a giant curse, can also be a blessing too. I found out via Twitter, and I have confirmed this. Bob Barker's still with us at 99 and a half years old.
Yeah, I know. 99 and a half years old. That is amazing. There was some stat about how Babe Ruth hit like 500 home runs after Barker had been born.
Yeah.
Just to give you an idea how old he is.
99 and a half.
Yeah. Good for him, man. Good for him. The Jet says, thanks, Jeffrey. We are 25 minutes into the show, and you've already got the show off the rails.
But
What
it's Sister
rails?
Jean.
What rails?
We're talking about Jeffrey's crush.
Are you
All pass.
deterred
Oh, sorry. All pass.
by the fact that she's a nun?
None your business.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, sure, but like also a nun. Like,
I'll help her scream Jesus. I don't care.
Oh.
I don't. It'll be a religious experience for her when I'm done with it.
Jeffrey
okay, but nuns
Jeffrey
are
will become her bad habit. Hello.
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 You know what? Never mind.
I don't know why you even asked.
I stand corrected.
Bruno Baller says, is Sister Jean the Loyola Chicago cheerleader sister? You damn right she is. Talking about later, I do think I'd lead with I just made out with a cheerleader. The part about her being 104 is nobody's business but mine. Nobody.
I mean,
I
it's
have
quite
something
literally
I'm gonna say,
public
but
knowledge. So it's,
I'm not going to say. I have something right on the tip
You
of
can't say you've got something you're going to say and
I
not
just
say
can't-
it. You got to just say it.
I can't bring myself to do it.
All right. Well,
Have
next time,
something to
just
do. Have
keep it
something to do with
yourself.
false teeth, and I'm just not going to do it.
Hello. So the Yankees are just making me very happy. Almost as happy as a one night stand with Sister Jean. Let me tell you, the Yankees got swept by the Red Sox, baby.
Yeah, they did.
Oh my God, this is the longest losing streak since 1995 for these Yankees. And I'm here for it.
They are below 500. They're 4 games below 500. And they have lost 8 games in a row, which is the first time since 1989, I think. I have
Makes
to look
me
that up.
feel so good.
there was a point where the Yankees were bad, but you were like, yeah, if you put them in another division, though, they're probably second or even first place. That's not even true anymore. There's no division where they would be leading, or I mean, they'd be competing in a couple, I guess, a couple of the weaker divisions, but they're just legitimately bad. They have fallen apart.
I just realized Sister Jean is exactly twice my age. She's 104. I'm 52. It's meant to be. Sorry, Keon. I didn't mean to get distracted.
No. I was done.
No, I'm enjoying everything everybody has to say about the Yankees.
The Yankees have not lost 8 straight the Yankees have lost 8 straight for the first time since August of 1995, when Showalters was with the team for the final time, and they fell to 53 and 58.
Oh, it feels good.
Just let that roll all over your body.
It almost feels Sister Jean good, if you know what I mean.
Hello.
So
unfortunately, I do.
The only problem here is who they play next. The Washington Nationals.
Hey, listen,
why is that a problem?
Good.
Why is that a problem?
So I'm worried. I'm worried that Keon's team is going to mess this up for me.
Nationals won 17 out of their last 20. Maybe, just maybe, they're going to roll all over these Yankees.
The Nationals are 7-3 in their last 10.
Don't brag. Just let it happen.
I've been bragging to my friends for weeks. This is because to me, the thing that I'm concerned about,
Keon, you're going to get swept now.
I mean, okay, that's life. But the Mets are 1 game ahead of the Nationals. And I'm just sitting there, and I got friends in New York that I text them every day that the gates of hell are going to open up and swallow the Mets. And then they're going to be at the bottom of the division after spending all of that money.
So the Yankees playing the Nationals starting tomorrow. And I hope your confidence is not misplaced. I need this. I need this, Keon.
Jeffrey,
more than you need this. I need this.
If this will help you out, since the Nationals lost to the Phillies back on August 10th, okay, they've taken all three from the Athletics, 2 of 3 from the Red Sox, and 2 of 3 from the Phillies, culminating with last night's win. They've taken 2 of 3. They're going into this pretty hot. So.
Okay.
My money would be on the Nationals to beat the Yankees in this series.
They have been 21-14 since the All-Star break.
And I think a lot of people's money have been on teams that have gotten blown out. I'm just saying, don't get too braggadocious. Don't jinx it, Keon.
Well, I don't believe in that. So I don't know. If they lose, they'll lose because they lost. It has nothing to do with me. But
I think it matters,
all of those prospects that they traded for to move Juan Soto, they're almost all of them are playing well.
Yeah,
they have a solid team.
This is the kind of talk though that gets you a hurricane NATO. You know what I'm saying? That is the kind of talk that you get to the ground that opens up and swallows up the team bus or some crap like that. I
swallows up the team bus.
I just need this, man. I'm just telling you. Yeah, this whole SoCal hurricane NATO thing, and then the earthquake was 5.1. It's big, but it's not that big.
Significant. That's a significant earthquake.
Isn't a big deal.
I mean, it's noticeable, and then when you're going through a storm that you'll normally don't go through.
I don't think there was a lot of damage from it. They were like, "Oh crap! You think we'll get a tsunami?" Then it would be a hurricane NATO tsunami. No, they didn't. Didn't get a tsunami. All he got was a lot of texts from people back east. You ready to move home yet? You ready to come home? People freaking out. Google searches for hurricane just skyrocketed. In 1 hour, it went from a word nobody was Googling to a word everybody was Googling. The dictionary people said, hurricane is a new one for us too, but urbandictionary.com, they've had it since 2010. And it's a quote, theoretically the worst possible national disaster that could ever occur, a hurricane and earthquake happening simultaneously. Guess what? This was neither. It was kind of stormy, got a little shaky. No big deal.
Did you see the rain at Dodger Stadium, Jeffco?
Oh, yes, I did. I didn't even see what I posted up. I posted up a picture of the flooded area around the stadium, and then the next frame of the picture was Kylo Ren from Star Wars going, more! Just wanted to see it underwater. Stupid Dodgers. Heavy Metal Maniac said, hey, Jeffrey, if you do find one of them older ladies, make sure she... that's the whole point, Heavy Metal Maniac's about the dentures. We're going to leave that one there, man. Navy Brad says, Jeffrey, what would you and Randy like to drink on Friday? I don't know. Ask us on Friday. We're good, man. You don't got to buy us no drinks because we're going to be busy eating and drinking and having fun at the draft party there at Dave and Buster's, the Tempe Marketplace. We should buy you a drink, Navy Brad. We owe you one. Bruno Baller says, weren't the Nationals like 10 or 11 games under 500? Then they got hot and went to the World Series a few years ago. Is this the same script, Keon?
It's not the same script because I think that this team they just started off so bad. This could not even be close. They're like 8 games out of the last wild card spot. They're not making it to the playoffs, but there's something to build on for the future for sure. But it's a similar thing in terms of just how suddenly they went from being bad to being pretty good.
All right. Well, just make sure you stay good. I need this. Let's talk about Jim Jerkface Harbaugh. There's a whole bunch of confusion about things. He was supposed to have a 4-game suspension, and then they said, "Well, there won't be it. We're gonna fight," and blah blah blah. And now it's been a couple of weeks, and now they have self-imposed a 3-game suspension.
What?
Yeah. Keon, how does this work? How could he just say, I'm not grounded for 4 weeks? I'm grounded for 3.
Well, because originally they dropped the settlement with the NCAA, so they weren't going to suspend him at all, and he was going to just get to coach the entire season. And the NCAA is doing their investigation, and everybody on earth knows that they're not going to like that. If he coaches this entire season, when they do get their hands on him, which will probably be the season after, his ass is going to be suspended for a long time. So instead of doing that, Michigan basically just self-imposed a suspension. That way, there will at least be some time served in addition to whatever it is the NCAA comes up with. And it's not going to be the incredibly disrespectful, we're throwing your rules back in your face and we don't care what you do. There is some level of we're actually showing some level of contrition here, which the NCAA likes. And that's what it is. It's just like politics, basically. It's just if you slap yourself on the wrist a little bit lighter than they would have, it's still better than if you let them do it.
So let me ask you, can the NCAA come back? It's like, oh, that was nice. Jim Jerkface Harbaugh went ahead and self-imposed a 3-game suspension. But we've done our investigation, and you know what? You're gone for the entire season. Bye-bye now.
They can. Like, there's nothing stopping them from just going, yeah, you know what? You were disrespectful the first time around, so we're just going to obliterate you. They can definitely do it.
I hope they do.
I've never seen them do it, but they can do it. They're under, newish management, so maybe they go a different way than they have in the past recently. But I don't think they will. Like, that's just not what the precedent is.
Oh, well, it'd be nice if, people who deserve it get what they have coming, and people who don't, don't. Big George says, Jeffrey, your hall pass is Sister Jean. Mine's Trixie from the Honeymooners. Ed Norton's wife. Her real name is Joyce Randolph, and she turns 99 in October, and she is still pretty hot. Yeah. Her voice, though, if that's the one I'm thinking, I don't know. I can put up with a lot, but that voice, I don't know. We got to take a break. When we come back, we got a couple of extra spare sporty type stuff to talk about. And then we've got an awful lot of football. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Sun Devil football season is here, and we need you in Mountain America Stadium, wearing gold and cheering on head coach Kenny Dillingham and your Sun Devils to victory. Join Sun Devil Nation this fall with season tickets starting at just $135. The home schedule features games against Oklahoma State and Fresno State, as well as Pac-12 matchups with USC, Colorado, Oregon, and Arizona. Get your tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
You ready for a crazy time? Well, we're going back to Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace for our Daily Blender Fantasy Football Draft Party Friday, August 25th. We're going to broadcast the Daily Blender live from 3 to 6 p.m. And then at 7 p.m., all the Blender leagues are going to draft together. It's always nuts and a ton of fun. You don't even have to be in one of our leagues to come and hang out. Join the Daily Blender at Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace, 3 p.m. till we're done partying. Friday, August 25th, here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Greg Clark Automotive trains certified technicians located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles 44 summers now, offering our summer cooling system inspection diagnosis on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Every air conditioning service includes a dye injection to find leaks. Contact us today at 602-246-2881 and online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention 1580 and get 10% off of labor.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-736-6158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-736-6158. That's 800-736-6158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-736-6158. Again, 800-736-6158.
We all know driving hammered gets you nailed, but did you also know driving high is a DUI? I'm Officer Badalucco with the Gilbert Police Department. Anything that impairs your driving makes you dangerous on the road. If you feel different, you drive different, and driving high is illegal. Be smart with marijuana use. Get the facts at drivinghighaz.com and spread the word with #HighDUI. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
1580 The Fanatic.
And at 1580thefanatic.com.
Your home for sports.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And hey, Randy, get time for a weather report? Because I have no idea what's supposed to happen, because we thought it was going to be, oh my gosh, torrential downpours Sunday and Monday, and then that really didn't happen, at least not around my neighborhood. And so I don't even know what's going to happen here in the next couple of days. So,
well, let's
fill us
take a
in,
look.
my friend.
Yeah, let's go to the Harman Solar Weather Center right now with me, the Weather Hefe, reporting live at 1580 The Fanatic. Right now, cloudy conditions, some windiness out there. Be careful about that. They're still calling for some rain later on this evening. The radar is showing quite a few hot spots, a bunch of storm activity still coming up, matriculating up from the south, from Mexico, and remnants of Hillary. Anyway, the next 10 days is going to be sunshiny, some breeziness, of course, a chance of rain. We're in the monsoon season. But right now, it's just 92 degrees, moogie out there. Pretty moogie. That's a weather term. Moogie is 44% humidity out there. Barometric pressure dropping at 29.86. And the wind out of the, looks like the west at 10 miles per hour.
Nasty. It's nasty.
Moogie.
I hate humidity. I can't take heat and humidity. I went out back with the dogs this morning. And it was just warm, and that humidity was just hanging in the air.
Yeah.
I mean, Keon might be used to it, but we're definitely not used to that kind of humidity.
Well, I'm not used to it anymore.
Yeah. Did you already acclimate to the dry weirdness of Arizona?
Well, because I prefer dry heat. So yeah, I
does.
was willing to let all of that humidity go. And then the other day I was sweating in my house, and I was like, oh, this is Georgia. This is just like living in Georgia again. Fantastic.
Yeah. Well, the good news is it won't last too long. Hopefully I just hope that in the, in the future, like we're talking, I mean, we know what's happening this week because of this weather.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping in the next couple of weeks, we're down into more manageable 100-degree temperatures and not 110, 115.
Doesn't look like it's going to get very hot here anytime soon, Jeffco.
I got some stuff I want to do in the garage.
Low 100s is what I'm seeing. The outlook is low 100s. Actually it's starting to get close to the time when you want to get ready to start planning for the winter rye.
I can't keep this new puppy off the grass as it is. I don't know. I might not.
I will say
anything.
next weekend is not favorable. 111, 112, 114, and then back down to 107 by the middle of next week. So,
well, it makes me unhappy. And I
sorry.
know that you are not to blame, but somewhere deep inside me, I resent you for this.
I'm sorry.
888-368-1580. George says, Randy, did you say the remnants of Hillary? Yeah, he did. Yeah, I think it's a personal issue between her and Bill.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Could be. 888-368-1580. Did you watch any golf this weekend, Randy? Did you watch any of that golf?
I did.
BMW Championship?
I didn't get to see the final round. I started watching, and then my son came over with my grandson, so I was hanging out with them. But yeah, that BMW Championship, that was I thought that was sewn up, and then boy, that kid from Norway, he ended up winning. Good for him.
Yeah, Max Homa was out there, and he had it was set a course record, 8 under 62 on Friday. And then Saturday it didn't do that great. But here's what happened though. The Max Homa, he's out there golfing, doing, because that's what you do. And he was putting, and as he's trying to putt, this guy just was this guy yells at him, and just pull it, he started yelling at him.
Yeah.
And he's like, he made the putt, but he's like, what the hell, dude? Why are you, that's not cool. And the guy was very drunk, and he's like, I have a $3 bet on you to miss. He's like, it's one thing. It's one thing to make a bet on something and then try to but $3? I did all this for $3.
I could understand if you put the house up for it.
He said, I got to the back of my stroke, and he's like, pull it. And, so him and the caddy were like just giving this guy the business there. But, the PGA Tour guy says, hey, this sort of thing is not a rampant problem. It's not a problem. Okay. Yeah. I mean, maybe toughen up a little bit, Max Homa. I mean, you did make the putt, so there's no reason to go yell at the guy, Did you not see Happy Gilmore? Have you never been to the Phoenix Open?
That's one of the problems I have with golf is they want it to be as quiet as a church in there, and you're outside there. People are, they're imbibing with all sorts of libations. And that's why I like the Phoenix Open so much. You can't, nobody's going to stop people at the Phoenix Open from talking or screaming or laughing or being loud and raucous. And, these guys, you're right. They play in a loud environment. Quit trying to make it so quiet out there.
Yeah. And you got to be just toughen up, because here's what happens when regular people go golfing. Don't you do that to your friends?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Don't
all
you
the time.
And the guy's up there, and he knows it's coming. He knows it's coming. So why not? Why not for the PGA? You precious little pansies. 888-368-1580. But Max Homa, he was mad, but he made the putt.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was kind of silly to do for $3. But anyway, so that guy was chucked out of the weekend.
Yes, asked to leave. Yeah.
Anyway, they said, "Hey, did you do this through a sports book, or did you with your pal?" It was just with his pal. It's no big deal. It's like $3 is very specific. It's like,
it's
well, after
$3.
Well, after a $15 beer, like $3.
All I have left's $3, pal.
Yep. Blissful Hayes wants to know who won the PGA Sweatiest Pants Award. Blissful Hayes, why would you do that to me? You know the answer. You know the answer is going to be
Lucas Glover.
No, your mom. That's the answer. When you ask me a question like that, that's always the answer. Rye Guy says, what? You mean to tell me that the weathermen and women were wrong about the rain we're going to get? No way. I got my shock face on. Randy wasn't wrong. Everyone else was wrong. Not Randy. Boomer Sooner says, good day, Blender Nation. Again, it's the nation. Everybody survived that horrible storm. Can I get a cold beer, please? I won cash on Victor.
Yeah, Victor Hovland had a day of his career out there. I mean, he went out and shot a 61 and overtook the leaders, ended up winning that thing. I mean, that was an amazing day for him. Good for him. Like It was just every time you looked at him, another birdie, another birdie, another birdie, and he just kept going. I mean, there was just how do you beat a 61? You can't. I mean, this guy went out there and just shot the lights out of the place
with a 69. All right. No music for that? I thought well, I enjoyed it. Anyway, so listen, I want to tell you something. I know you know this about me. I do not enjoy soccer. I don't enjoy soccer. Sorry.
Yes, we're aware of that.
Even less so, I've never watched women's soccer. Not even a single moment. It might be better than men's soccer. I don't know. I've never watched it. But I'm telling you, the stories that are coming out after Spain beat, I don't even know who, I forgot already. When Spain won the Women's World Cup, it turns out there's a lot of drama going on. There's an awful lot of drama. Now, Keon, I don't know if this is just Spain or if this is all the women's teams, but there's a lot of drama. Do you watch the women's soccer?
Well,
no,
it's just
okay to say no. Nobody thinks you're a horrible
thing. person
if you say no.
Yes or no way. Yes or no answer.
Well, no, I was going to say. I just stuttered, you guys. Damn. Didn't even let me finish the sentence to say what I was going to say.
He's covering something up.
Well, no, I just I'm not opposed to watching it, but it's unfortunately close to football season.
You're under oath.
Okay. It's unfortunately close to football season, so I have not watched a single second.
Okay. Which means no, he's never watched a single second of women's soccer.
Well, this World Cup.
So listen, here's the thing. Here are the headline. I got a bunch of stories here that the headlines are fascinating. Spain coach Jorge Vilda booed at Women's World Cup, iced out of celebrations because of controversy. I'm like, oh my God. And then another headline, Spain chief Rubiales apologizes for kissing the player at the final. What? So the president of the club gave somebody a full-on mouth kiss. You know, as the congratulations podium thing.
It's a very uncomfortable picture.
Yeah, but she said later she's like, oh, it's fine. We just no big deal. But everybody else made a big deal out of it. And then this is not funny at all. The winning scorer, Carmona, she kicks the only goal in the entire game for anybody, but that wins it for Spain. She gets done. She's like, yay, yay. She gets to the locker room. Yay, yay. Hey, we got to tell you something. What? Oh, this is a great day. Your dad just died. Oh. Her dad died. And they told her right then.
Yeah,
give her at least 5 minutes to be happy.
Just sit on that information for just a few moments.
It's tough. Can you? Can you sit on the information? You know what I'm saying? Then she'd be like, "Why didn't you tell me?" You know. So,
I don't know which way you go with that one, but I tend to lean on the side of like let her enjoy the moment just a little bit longer.
See, I understood that her dad died like during the game. It wasn't after she kicked the winning goal.
Well, I don't know. She wasn't aware of whatever the timing was. I think it actually happened before the game, Randy.
Oh, yeah.
But they didn't tell her because they didn't want to upset her.
At least they had the good sense to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So she posted up some stuff where she's like, grateful for her dad. He'd been sick for a while, so it wasn't necessarily a surprise. It was just, bad timing, I guess. But so back to their coach getting booed. All the players, a bunch of them are mad at him, but he didn't do anything like dirty. They're mad at all the coaches saying, oh, they're unprofessional, the travel situation, the this, the that. They've had a lot of complaints and they've been airing them out publicly. So Jorge went over here to one side, the players went to the other, and they all celebrated separately. And then a couple of players are like, come on over here. And then they start throwing them up in the air and everything. If I'm Jorge, I'm like, no, I'm going to pass on you guys chucking me up in the air because a lot of you don't like me.
You may not catch me as I'm coming down. Yeah.
Like, only on the grass. If you start seeing them move towards the track part of the field, you just jump down. They're trying to hurt you.
Hip, hip, hooray, hip, hip, hooray, hip, hip, screw
Crunch.
you, man. Yeah, no.
So then the guy just, he's like, hey, we just had a very nice relationship. It was just one of those moment things. And she said, oh, it was a mutual, totally spontaneous gesture because of the joy of winning the cup. And she said, the Prezi and I have a great relationship. It was a natural gesture of affection and gratitude. You know? Okay. Still, not probably a great optic. Even though you're okay with it.
knew. Otherwise, he wouldn't have apologized.
Well, he apologized to everyone but her because she wasn't even mad about it. So everybody got mad about it. But it is probably not appropriate. Probably not appropriate. So.
You know, where I come from in Spain, it's okay to be kissing the females on the face. It's okay. I do it all the time.
I don't think it is.
I won the
don't think
Masters,
it's
you know.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
we
that
eat
matters.
the beef on the stick and we have the sangria and we kiss
Yes.
each other on the face.
Well, beef on the stick, yes.
Yeah,
Sangria,
yeah.
yes. Kiss in the face, I don't
Oh,
believe
no.
that's
Oh,
appropriate.
no, it's a thing. Yes, it's
Well,
a thing. It's
Good
a
luck
very
with that,
Spanish thing to do,
Sir
you know.
Joe, we gotta go. Hour 2 is up next. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Doug. With Liberty Mutual, you can customize your car insurance to save hundreds. Here's what those savings sound like in dollar bills. Here's what it sounds like in quarters. And here's what that sounds like in cryptocurrency, a thing I totally understand. 1010, I am money, cha-ching, beep, boop, $sign.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Savings may vary, underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates, excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-736-6158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-736-6158. That's 800-736-6158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-736-6158. Again, 800-736-6158.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Imagine if you had a chance to change a child's life, to protect our public lands, to help our veterans, to create a healthier Arizona. When you sign up for AmeriCorps, you have the chance to make a difference. Part-time or full-time, student or senior, AmeriCorps is for everyone. Sign up at serve.az.gov. That's serve.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Governor's Office of Youth, Faith, and Family.
Greg Clark Automotive trained certified technicians located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles 44 summers now, offering our summer cooling system inspection diagnosis on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Every air conditioning service includes a dye injection to find leaks. Contact us today at 602-246-2881. And online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention 1580 and get 10% off of labor.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. This is KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K240 Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rhodes in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Keon, I did find something that will make you happy. Since I know that Randy and I, we torture you on a semi-regular basis, but I found something, because you think I don't listen, but I do. I hear you when you talk, Keon. I do hear. I remember you saying that you really love pumpkin pie. You love the pumpkin pie, don't you?
I do.
You just do. I found that Little Debbie is going to now have a single serve pumpkin pie. That's right.
Little Debbie?
Yeah, you can just whip out one of these things whenever you got one handy.
Oh,
bam. Shove that in your talk hole right there. Just right there. That's
Did you
the
say
good news.
for Keon to shove that in his taco? What did you say?
No, his talk hole. He
Oh.
talks out of this hole right here. It's got your mouth.
Oh.
Did that make it weird?
See, I would have thought pie hole would have worked better there.
Oh yeah, you're probably right. It would.
Yeah.
But you know what your pie hole is, right? It's your talk hole.
Yeah.
That's where the words come out.
The problem
Same
is
place.
I thought I heard you say taco, and see now that got weird.
You can shove that in your taco if you want to.
Excuse me?
I mean, it's kind of big for a taco. Might taste funky.
Yeah.
But don't knock it till you try it.
Cheese and lettuce and then pumpkin pie.
You don't have to always put lettuce in there. You can just have the cheese and meat.
You don't have to, but I like to.
Yeah, my wife is on the same thing. She's like trying to, hey, here's some lettuce. I'm like, why?
I try to put myself in as many positions where I accidentally eat vegetables as humanly possible, and that's one of them.
For me, just if it just shows up, okay, I'll eat it. But if you start talking about it, she's like, do you want this? No. Do you want some fruit? No, thank you. You want some lettuce? Nope. Cucumber? No. I got chips. What do you? But if it happens to show up on the plate, I'm like, oh, there's stuff there. I must eat it. And I've been telling her that for 10 years. Don't ask me. Just give it to me. Just ta-da. I really don't have the will to live or, the energy to challenge whatever you put on that plate. I'm just going to eat it.
Doesn't have the will to live.
Just don't. Looks good. Num, num, num. Give it over. Anyway, so these, but here's the bad news. They're not here yet. I checked the Little Debbie product locator on their website for you, Keon. I did this for you. And I put in the zip code and I did a 50-mile radius. There aren't any here yet. So, but if you go to the Little Debbie website, every now and then check in, see what happens. Maybe, and by the way, while you're at it, see if they got any of them damn Apple Delights. I miss those. You ever have the Apple Delights?
Yeah, I think I mentioned this before. I went to college next to the factory.
Oh my God.
Yes, I've had Apple Delights and just about everything else that they make.
Oh my God, I love Apple Delights. But then they started chintzing a little bit on the apple they stick in there. It got smaller and smaller and smaller, like a little sliver of apple. Didn't care. I'll still eat it.
So they got a little cheap with the apple, but did they add on more delight?
I didn't feel that much delight when there was less apple.
I think that there's a strong correlation there. Like the less apple, the less delight, unfortunately.
The delight is the apple, Randy.
Yeah, you can't really separate the two.
And so then what happens is I go to the store and I'm like, oh, hey, they got the Little Debbie stuff here. And I'm like, where's the Apple Delight? Nope. Guess I'm gonna get some oatmeal pies. And then you eat the first one, you're like, hey, all right, that's good. Have a couple more, and you're like, this is not good. No, this is that was a mistake.
At my age, you have one. Hey, that was good. You have a couple more. Ooh, I got to go to the bathroom.
It's helpful. No, that's positive in art.
It moves things along.
That's one of those things where I'm washing my hands. I'm getting ready to leave the bathroom. I'm like, I don't remember being so happy about this before. Why am I so happy about this?
Yeah, wait till you're my age. You're washing your hands, getting ready to leave, and you're like, no, I gotta go again.
Round 2.
Little more in the tank.
Yeah. So Keon, you'll enjoy these are 3-ounce mini versions of pumpkin pie coming soon. So yeah, I mean this looks like something I think I might try one. But here, you got any whipped cream at home?
No, but I can get some.
You still have a girlfriend, right?
Yes.
Why do you not have whipped cream at home?
We don't live together. Why would that matter?
She never comes over?
She
should
does.
have whipped cream.
She does. Why is
If
that?
I have to explain it to you, you're doing it wrong. Okay. Let's move on. 888-368-1580. Hefty Lefty says, have you gotten the double oatmeal pie? I did once, and that was it was a mistake.
I did once, and I crapped my pants.
I'm still crapping my pants.
Yeah.
It was bad. I mean, it's just too much. There is such a thing as too much of a good thing.
Yeah. I didn't even make it through. I think I got halfway through. And uh-oh.
He didn't
I
even
never
get to
made
the
it.
car.
No, I never made it.
Didn't even get the door open. Mr. Pinkeye wants to know, have you guys watched the FIBA basketball? I think it's better than the NBA. Players show more emotion and all the games matter. Anthony Edwards already being compared to Kobe and Jordan. Well, I say that description right there is a lot of how I will describe college basketball.
Mm-hmm.
They care and they're hustling and every play matters. And I mean, basically these guys are auditioning or in a job interview to play in the NBA. But yeah, it seems like the effort level is always higher in college basketball. But FIBA, I was not aware of that. That's pro players out there going nuts then, huh?
Yeah. And I also think that I like the officiating better. They really force guys to play through contact. And everything's not a foul. Like you can manhandle people defensively, not, like the 90s, but for now, it's a whole lot more fun to watch people go out there and play defense in FIBA and watch players, you get a foul and you just go through somebody's body to get the and one. It's a whole lot more effort because you know that you don't breathe on a guy and it's automatically a foul.
Well, I think what you're saying, and I'm going to tell you what you're saying, even if you're not saying it, I'm telling you, you're looking at a complete game. That's what you see. It's a complete game on offense and defense. The hustle is going full bore both ways. Did I tell you what you were saying, or did I get that wrong?
Well, not a little bit wrong because I'm talking about just the referees.
All right,
like
on.
what
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Like the referees.
No, I told you what you were saying. It turns out you're disagreeing.
What I was saying, yeah,
I
do. I'm talking about the officials. I'm talking about in the NBA. They're just fouls that are ticky-tack fouls that slow the game down and make it less fun. And in FIBA, they don't call them.
Hefty Lefty says, has Keon not seen Varsity Blues?
No. I have
Well, there you
not.
go, Hefty Lefty.
I have not.
Neither have I. Have you seen it, Randy?
I have not, but our old friend Eric did, and he always talked about a specific scene in Varsity Blues.
It must have been one of them nudie things.
Yeah, with the whipped cream
Like
scene.
Porky's. Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Walter Mellon says, wait, Jeffrey, you're telling me there's something that involves girls and there's a lot of drama involved? Well, that was how I described these Spain World Cup team. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Is it a World Cup? Women's World Cup?
Yeah.
They call it the same thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Berg says, soccer. He hates soccer.
Try to
worse
keep it
than I
together,
do.
Bird.
That was actual audio right there.
Bird, the segment, I mean, the bit lasted, I don't know, 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes. It's okay. Hang in there, buddy.
5 more than we needed, probably.
Hang in there, buddy.
Wilbur says, wait till Friday night. One of you three are going to be the recipient of one of them Spanish congratulations from me. Yeah, we're going to up security.
Yeah, we better call ahead on that.
I would say don't try.
Wilbur, what makes you think I can't duck your blind ass for like a full 3 hours easily?
Just give someone else your hat.
I don't need to do that. Here he comes. I just go, there we go. Just lean over. Oh, over here. No, you missed me. Big George says, Keon, word to the wise, get some pumpkin spice whipped cream. They sell it at Target. Women go nuts for the pumpkin spice. And if you combine it with some sexy undertones of whipped cream, you'll be getting lucky in no time. What makes you think he needs advice on getting lucky? I was just telling him he should have whipped cream on hand,
I'm already
George.
dating a person. I'm okay. I'm doing all right. I promise.
I mean, he'll probably have to find a new girlfriend soon because he has no whipped cream at home. But I don't tell him.
Sometimes I go to
life.
her house too, and I'm trying to understand the correlation between
She have whipped cream?
having a girlfriend and having whipped cream.
If you don't know,
I don't need to know. It has not stopped me from being okay right now before. So I'm trying to understand what you mean by it, but I'm not going to change anything.
Randy, I feel like this is a conversation between him and his doctor.
Yeah.
I think we just suggest that.
Yep.
Talk to your doctor about whipped cream, and if it's right for you. Just don't feel like I should be involved here.
I don't think I need that. I'll be okay.
Prescription whipped cream.
Prescription.
Seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours.
I
might
don't
help,
think it's supposed to do that.
It could.
Yeah.
Oh, prescription strength.
Well,
Scratch Me Because says, I just got done playing 2 hours and 45 minutes worth of ice hockey, playing goalie. Pour me a big old glass of painkillers, Randy. Well, our painkiller is whiskey, so we can do that for you.
yeah.
Good for you, Scratch Me Because. Getting that ice time. Is that beer league or what? What are you getting into out there, Scratch Me Because? Well done. Rye Guy says, the best thing about soccer is it's over. Fair enough. No, he's not wrong. It is. Isn't it over? It is over. Right?
It is over.
Well, the women's
forever?
soccer, the women's soccer is over for now. But the men's soccer, the European stuff is, it's beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yay. So here's some information on at least what's happening with Monday Night Football and Monday Night Countdown. Scott Van Pelt. It is now finally official. He is replacing Susie Colbert on ESPN's Monday Night Countdown. And he blew his nose, no longer has Booger. That's right. Booger McFarland is out. Marcus Spears and Ryan Clark, they are going to be on this. So Monday Night Countdown, I think this will actually make me watch it, to be honest. Scott Van Pelt, anybody have any problems with Marcus Spears or Ryan Clark?
I like them.
Yeah.
They're on NFL Live, and it's the only show on the ESPN that I watch these days.
Wait. It's not that long-haired nerdy guy, is it?
No.
Oh, okay. You know who I'm talking about?
No.
This dude, long-haired nerdy guy, he's on the show with a couple other guys.
No, Marcus Spears is
Who's
a
that
former defensive lineman. He went to.
We've talked about the long-haired nerdy guy.
No, this is not him.
I don't remember him.
This is Marcus Spears. He played at LSU, and I think he also played for. For the Cowboys.
Yeah.
He's ball headed.
Okay.
He's a big dude. He's got big glasses. He's very funny.
Oh, that guy.
And then Ryan Clark.
I like him.
He's got short hair, and he used to play for Washington and Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
we've had this conversation, and somebody did say, "Oh, it's that guy." I think it's a Fox show or something. Maybe it's an NFL network.
Oh,
show.
That's Nick Wright, and that's over on Fox Sports. Yeah,
can't stand the Nick Wright.
Yeah, no. Ryan Clark, no, he's extremely funny. He breaks it down pretty good. He knows what he's talking about.
All right, well then maybe we'll have something to watch finally before Monday Night Football.
Plus a couple of defensive players on there.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, by the way, Larry Fitzgerald will make multiple appearances, according to what they're saying, and then Alex Smith too. I don't think I've ever heard Alex Smith talk out loud. Does anybody remember seeing him talk out loud?
Yeah, he did all right. Like I think if he were the main focus, I would
kind of straight man.
probably not be great. Yeah, but in terms of just especially when they talk to him about quarterbacking and that viewpoint of it, he does a really good job of with his breakdowns and stuff. So yeah.
Well, ESPN is already saving money, I guess. Scott Van Pelt, he's going to get $7 million for 4 years. That's his contract. $7 million over 4 years. You couldn't even just give him the $8 million for 4 years, $2 million a year. You cheap bastards. He's probably the only guy there who's still hanging around from the old days. You can't just spot him the extra million, ESPN. You cheap bastards.
Well, they got to pay Steve Levy
because he's somehow not gone.
Yeah.
Van Pelt's going to be standing there, and here comes Steve Levy. The elevator door is going to open, and Van Pelt's just going to right into the empty elevator shaft. Well, there's my extra $1 million, guys.
Well,
seems a little cold-blooded for Van Pelt. He doesn't seem like the type.
Oh, not on TV, but behind the scenes, look at that face. Oh, he's pushing people in the elevator shafts, guaranteed. You're not at ESPN as long as he's been there without pushing a few people into an elevator shaft.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn right. So, anyways, I don't know. Poor Booger.
No, I think he'll be okay.
They blew their booger right out. Hefty Lefty says Nick Wright is the Dollar General version of Skip Bayless, except for he thinks he's smarter than even Skip thinks he is. The dude had some absolutely moronic takes.
My favorite thing about Nick is that he'll throw out some stats and you're like, whoa, those are impressive. And then you look them up and they're just not right.
Not even true.
They're just not correct. And you're just like, why would you say that?
According to some stats I made up 5 minutes ago, 77% of just shut up.
Or he's just ballparking it. So it's just like, it's close, but it's not what he said. And it matters because if you're going to say that this is like the third most or the fourth most, and it's outside of the top 5, well, then your point is not the point you're making. Clearly,
you filling in that blank helped me understand something. I tuned across that show, and the other two guys, some dude and whose mom packs his lunch, is on the left, and then some other guy who just normal guy sitting there on the right. And this Nick Wright guy says some stuff, and the other guy's kind of looking at him, kind of half smiling, like. And now I know what they're thinking. They're thinking, you just made all that up, but if I can't challenge you because I'm not smart enough to know if you actually did make all
it's
that
just
up.
like you don't know all of the stats off the top of your head either. So you're like, that sounds wrong.
Got to take his word for it.
But
I
can't. And also, he talks so damn fast. He'll say 5 wrong things before you can correct him on 1. Yeah.
Let me tell you about my friend Randy White. My friend Randy White, if he was directing this television, he would have the IFB, and there'd be the A channel, then there'd be the B channel. And Nick would be on the A channel, the other host would be on the B, and then Randy would flip to the B and say, we Googled it, he's full of crap. And then let the hosts go at him. Nick Wright will have no idea. The other guys are suddenly quoting stats, and he's like, where are they getting these stats?
Yeah.
Oh, I am busted.
Yeah.
If Randy White was directing that show.
Yeah.
Of course, if Randy White was directing the show, I'd be replacing Nick Wright. So
yeah, that's true.
Probably be poor Keon on the other side getting the B channel from Randy. He's making this crap up, Keon. I swear to God. Keon probably out loud says, I know he's making it up. All right, listen, we need to take another break. When we come back, we're going to talk some funky, weird stuff happened in the world of football over the weekend. And then we're going to talk about all the preseason stuff that matters. A lot of it just didn't matter. The scores didn't matter. But some of the things that happened during the games did matter. Just for certain positions, certain things. It does matter a little bit, but the scores don't matter. But then, of course, we'll have your injury report. It is vast and long, like a road through Kansas. Vast and long. A lot of people got hurt. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
I can't wait for what's next, even with higher stroke risk due to atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Eliquis, apixaban tablets, reduces stroke risk. It's the #1 cardiologist prescribed blood thinner.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or have antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising, or if you have tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take medicines such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Sun Devil football season is here, and we need you in Mountain America Stadium, wearing gold and cheering on head coach Kenny Dillingham and your Sun Devils to victory. Join Sun Devil Nation this fall with season tickets starting at just $135. The home schedule features games against Oklahoma State and Fresno State, as well as Pac-12 matchups with USC, Colorado, Oregon, and Arizona. Get your tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
The all-new Nissan Aria is a fully loaded EV. It's brimming with style and power,
Up to 389 horses of it.
innovation, and intelligence.
E-Force all-wheel drive.
It'll pin you to your seat.
Your very plush seat.
The all-new, all-electric Nissan Aria. E-Force cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. E-Force and 389 horsepower available on Platinum Plus. Nissan calculation using 1-foot rollout testing with long-range battery and E-Force only in sport mode with E-Step off. These results are for comparison only and should not be attempted on public roads. Drive responsibly. See nissanusa.com for details.
It's the sound of the fight song, the excitement of the rivalry.
Auburn has won the Iron Bowl!
It's the unbelievable upsets. It's the Heisman hopefuls.
Oh my God! Davis is going running all the way back!
It's the national rankings. It's college football.
The shooter's right down the field.
Tune in each Saturday for the college football game of the week. Listen for all the action, drama, and excitement on your home for college football. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And Randy, I know you like light beer, you know. You're
Sometimes,
a
yeah.
Coors Light guy, Bud Light guy.
Coors Light, yeah.
But, by the way, it's okay to drink Bud Light again. For everybody who's like, I can't drink Bud Light, you can drink it again because Kid Rock was spotted at a music show drinking some Bud Light. So
that means it's okay.
I guess. I mean, whatever this whole thing was about, I guess it wasn't as big a deal because there's pictures of him drinking the Bud Light. Of course, fans immediately accused him of hypocrisy, or they probably would have if they knew what the word meant. But I mean, I'm sure Kid Rock figures you can't spell hypocrite, you can't be one. So, yeah. So the Bud Light is all good to go. If you like the Bud Light before, you hated the Bud Light, well, it's okay to drink it now.
Okay.
I guess. Personally, I would never drink that garbage before, during, or after. Just, I did have a nice Guinness yesterday. I did have a nice beer to
Very
go
nice.
along with. I was just kind of watching some of the preseason, kind of getting my setup sort of sorted out. You know, seeing how everything was going to look.
Miss Kim and I were out Saturday. We went out on a little lunch date, and I had a couple of those Firestone 805s. Those are good.
No, I've never had those.
Very good. Yeah.
So getting into, you know, that's my preseason. That's your preseason is, you know, having a couple beers, seeing football exist on a TV.
Yeah.
Thinking about where am I going to put my chair? How am I going to sit?
Kim and I were going to go to Tiger Woods has this new pop shot or something.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Pop zone and it's one over here at Westgate. And we were going to meet a couple of friends there. Unfortunately, it was at the same time that everybody was going to the Chiefs Cardinals game, and there was a monster truck rally at the arena there. So there was not a parking site to be found anywhere. So we ended up having a nice, quiet little lunch together. There was everybody in Glendale, Avondale, Litchfield Park, Goodyear. They had all converged on Westgate.
Well, now you got to get used to that. Sundays will always be that way on at least home games and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So Jimmy Graham had a weird weekend. Did they ever figure out? Did they ever say? Here's the thing. So Jimmy Graham was jogging. I don't know what he was doing. But the cops pulled up on him and he was acting erratically. And so they tried to say, hey, buddy, what's going on? And he was combative and they arrested him. And then, of course, he was released and he went to the hospital. And according to the Saints, he had a seizure. He was having seizures. Now, I completely 100% believe that to be the case. And I don't think the Saints would be so cool about everything unless there wasn't some truth to that. So if he is, prone to some sort of seizures or whatnot, yeah, all right. So was there any more information that came out about, hey, here he's been suffering this, he's been dealing with that, if it's epilepsy, if it's something else, I'm sure this is something he was aware of, but they said he was likely to have a seizure there, and he spent the night under medical supervision and testing, and the team is involved, and they're like, no, this was not, he wasn't on drugs, it wasn't a thing, so the team is still positive. And Dennis Allen was saying, yeah, Jimmy Graham's okay. He's a little shaken up still, but he's pretty good spot right now. You won't see him out here, but he's recovering. And we're thankful that medically it wasn't more serious than it was, but he's in a good spot.
Yeah, all I can see here, all that I've been able to track down is it was some sort of quote unquote medical episode. They won't go into much detail other than that. So,
all right, well, maybe it's none of our damn business. But if the team is cool and the cops are cool and Jimmy Graham is okay, then I guess that's all that matters. But yeah, that sometimes when people have seizures, if somebody doesn't know about them or what's going on,
yeah,
it can kind of present in a way that you think, oh, this dude's on drugs or something, or he's not responsive. So Jimmy Graham is lucky. He ran into some cops who were able to show some restraint, because when you don't respond to commands, sometimes bad things happen if you're dealing with bad cops. So
yeah.
Anyway, so I guess Jimmy Graham will be okay. Quan Alexander, however, got fined $43,709 for illegal use of his helmet. Wow, that's a hell of a fine for a preseason game.
It's a hell of a fine for the actual hit. There's next to nothing there. I mean, 40,000, or I mean, come on, $4,000 for that.
$43,000.
That's worse. That's so much worse. I couldn't believe it when I actually saw the hit. It wasn't that crazy. I mean,
did they just pick him because they need to make an example? And they're like, close enough.
He went in to go for the tackle, and I think his helmet wasn't, up the way it should be. But it's not like he launched himself. That was one of those that was barely anything worth finding the guy over. That's just a flag, maybe.
Well, he got 15 yards for unnecessary roughness, but for whatever reason,
he could have stopped there, because when you see the hit, it's not anything. It really isn't.
Yeah, he was. I guess. I don't get it either.
And we were talking about it with these rules and how kind of open to interpretation with the refs it is as to what actually counts as a helmet to helmet hit. This is it showing up right there, where it's not exactly clear why that warrants such a big fine. I understand throwing the flag there. I do. I get that. But I don't understand the $43,000, because that hit wasn't, a Vontaze Burfict hit.
Well, if he can appeal that, maybe they can get that down a bit, I guess, if you can appeal anything, right? 888-368-1580. And by the way, this is a bizarre story. Baker Mayfield, maybe this is why he had to live in a stadium, because his family's stealing all his money. Did you see about this? This is sad. I guess his dad has a company, and he gave him like $12 million and said, okay, guys, let's get that money invested. And they're like, yes, sir. And the way to go, Baker. And Camwood and Capital Management Group, LLC, and Camwood Ventures, founded by Baker Mayfield's father, James Mayfield. And so they put the money in there, like from 2018 to 2023. And he's like, hey, how's my money doing? Oh, it's all right. Can you show me something on that? Oh, no, it's good. It's good. Yeah, I'd kind of like to get some information there, Dad. Maybe you see some sheets on that? No, okay. Fantastic. Yeah, okay. Then they won't tell them nothing. They won't show them nothing. So basically, they had to go to court and petition. They're not suing anybody now, but they're petitioning for financial records. 2018, back when he was drafted, and all the way through until 2023, saying, hey, we're not trying to start now. We just want to know where the money went. Was it invested? Was it stolen? Was it just lost? If his own dad isn't showing him, this is not ending well.
No, it's not, and it's really sad, because it reminds me of Bernie Kosar. And Bernie Kosar was in that documentary Broke, and his story was the saddest, because it was just his dad said, "Yeah, I'll manage the money," and then it had the wackiest investments, and none of them worked. And then next thing you know, Bernie's like, "Hey, Dad, where's my money?" And there just wasn't any. Like, that stuff, when a lot of athletes go broke, Yeah, sure. Some of them are really dumb, and you just buy a bunch of cars for no reason before you even have your second contract. But a lot of people, like, they trust their family, and that is not necessarily the best idea if that person doesn't have a financial background.
Well, his dad did have a financial background. They had a company that did this, but here's the thing. You were on your way to being exactly right, Keon, but you forgot the other part. Money changes people. If given the opportunity, it can change people. And if I was Baker Mayfield, he says protecting the money we're earning is number one, right? You always got to save it. And he says, for me, protecting the money, you do that by surrounding yourself with good people. Problem is, good people sometimes get changed by large amounts of money. It's a sad, sad state. You hope it wouldn't happen, but it does. So, like, say, if I win the lottery, my sister works in finance. My older sister, she is retired and is quite rich from her being a big wig at a certain bank. And she was retired. She's like my age. You know what I'm saying? So she's done well. She knows how to do finances. If I win the lottery, I'm not letting her manage it. Not because I don't trust her. I don't want to create a scenario where I might get disappointed. So I would rather say, hey, sister, what are some good advice you can give me? Who can I trust on this? And then, go get people that I can trust that aren't family, people who do this for a living. And, that way I don't have to worry about that sort of thing.
And the other thing, too, is that sometimes people who are normally smart with money get a lot more money than they ever thought they would. And all of a sudden, they're like, oh, look at all these investments. I know this is riskier than I normally would.
They'll roll the dice with your dough.
Yeah. And so it's just, normally the safer investments that will build your money, but it'll take longer. They don't do those. They try and, swing for the fences and try and make a lot of money really fast. And that's, the downside of that is obviously you could lose it all.
Just wow. But your own dad.
Yeah, that's, I don't like that at all.
Come to think of it, my dad, sure. Yeah. No. I had to take a moment there. I was like, nope, totally a my dad move right there. Yeah. Anyway, so I guess we shall see if dad is a crook or a bad investor. And if you're Baker Mayfield, you're really hoping for just bad investment,
which is still disappointing, by the way. But yeah, you're to work your butt off and make it to the league and have an opportunity to make that kind of money.
I mean, what do you do? Well, son, we needed a new fax machine, and that was $10 million for the new fax machine.
Well, and then we got the extended warranty, so that came out to 12.
Yeah, it's 12 right there. So
Kirk Cousins would believe it. Okay.
Just wouldn't investigate.
Okay.
At all.
No, makes sense. Kaler the Quitter says Baker clearly learned nothing from the cautionary tale of Dane Cook. No idea what you're talking about. Did Dane Cook get ripped off by family too? Yeah. Once I started hearing other comedian jokes coming out of Dane Cook's mouth, I stopped caring. I think a lot of other people did too. Him and Carlos Mencia can just steal from each other. Who cares?
Just in a giant feedback loop of sadness.
Yeah. Well, where it got bad is when Carlos Mencia started stealing from like morning show guys. He would start stealing comedy from, he'd be on a show, he'd hear something, and all of a sudden, whoop, he was doing it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Berg says that Jimmy Graham thing, if that's anything like what I went through, it can be scary for people who are on the outside, for the other people. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Berg. I have been around it myself. Kaler says Dane Cook sent his brother to prison for stealing all his money. Oh, I would totally send my brother to prison too. I would have sent him just for the fun of it. I would have cooked some books and set him up. You know why? Because you know what? When you're 3 years old and your brother is on the other side of a wooden fence and says, hey, buddy, come over here. Look at this. Oh, my God, it's amazing. And his stupid little friend, as soon as you poke your eye down there, throws a big handful of dirt in your eyes. Yeah, there's going to be revenge. But he died before I could do it. So I can't set him up to take a financial fall in prison. Oh, Colts fan Dan says, I think Jimmy Graham was trying to pull a Jamie Foxx on us. What, by having a stroke?
I don't think that. Well, first off, I don't think Jamie Foxx was trying to pull a Jamie Foxx because that's just not how strokes work. But also, Jimmy Graham wasn't having that. He was having other health issues.
They probably kept the epilepsy kind of quiet for a while. That's what I'm guessing. But you could have seizures from all number of things.
Especially if he didn't necessarily come into the league with it, and then that's something that developed, then you want to keep playing football. But if you tell the world you have epilepsy, then you are probably done playing football.
Yeah. Big George says, does that mean all the money he got from those Progressive commercials is gone? Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, I don't mind that.
Oh, no.
I hated those commercials. If any money's got, I'm hoping it's that. Bruno Baller says, hey, Keon, do you think Caleb Williams, Caleb Williams, do you think he'll play Saturday against the San Jose State?
Yeah, but not very long. I mean, he's Caleb. Look, they're gonna roll through San Jose State. Game might be over in the first.
Why are we talking about week 0?
I don't know.
Don't talk about week 0.
I was just
Can
asking.
we Fight Club week 0?
It was just a reflex.
Can we
You
make
asked
it
me-
a thing? Will you agree to this, Keon? Randy, will you agree to this? Like in Fight Club, what do they? What's the first rule of Fight Club?
I don't see why we can't talk college football.
Not talk about
we've been waiting for college.
No. We'll talk college football. We don't talk about week 0.
So we can't talk about any of the games going on this weekend?
We don't talk about week 0.
But
if Keon agrees to it.
USC is a 30-point favorite, man. He's not going to.
Yeah, we don't talk about week 0. Nothing.
It's like preseason. It's
Yeah. If Keon suddenly says, no, here's something that matters in week 0. All right, I'm listening. I hate it, but I'm listening. But until then, I think
favored by 30 points, and they might cover it.
This is Fight Club. This is Fight Club rules.
You're going to have to remind me, but I can agree to it.
We don't talk about week 0.
First rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club.
Yeah. And you just violated the first rule by giving us the first rule. See, that's always been something that's bothered me about Fight Club. You just don't talk about it.
Well, the thing is that so many more people show up to the Fight Club that people have been clearly talking about the Fight Club.
I mean,
how did they find out about the Fight Club if somebody didn't talk about Fight Club?
Yeah, that's a good point. How do you recruit if you don't talk about Fight Club?
Well,
and Obi-Wan Kenobi was all like, Anakin, don't do it. I have the high ground. Well, now you've just told him your strategy, stupid. But you're lucky he was an idiot.
The high ground isn't a strategy. It's just.
Well, the strategy is I have the high ground. If you try to jump up, I'm cutting off your arms and your legs, and you're going to die in a fire and
Well, yeah, because he wasn't trying to. He didn't want to kill him. He didn't want to do it. He was telling him, "Don't do it." That was basically his way of saying, "Just stop."
It's just better to let him do it. Same outcome.
Well, he did it anyway. So.
Could Anakin not see that he had the high ground?
He helped Anakin not to ever have to buy shoes or gloves again.
Well,
that was a friend.
I mean, Anakin, of course, undid it all by getting himself a body that requires shoes and gloves all the time.
Well, there's always that.
What with being Darth Vader and everything.
Yeah, but Anakin was part cyborg. Come on.
Well, he wasn't until after he got Benny Hanna'd by Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, when Obi-Wan worked him over, then yeah.
Obi did his best Teppan over his eye.
Oh yeah, yeah. He went full Teppan on him.
Threw a shrimp in his mouth while he's lying there in the lava just for good measure.
And here, let's finish it off.
I hate you. Where did you even get a shrimp?
Yeah. Finish him off with a little parsley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you really got to see the movie. People who haven't seen the movie are like, oh, well, now I got to see the movie.
Oh, yeah, you're missing out.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about the spoilers. All right, let's take a break. We will come back and let's just get into some more football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAwon'tWait.com. That's GAwon'tWait.com.
You ready for a crazy time? Well, we're going back to Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace for our Daily Blender Fantasy Football Draft Party Friday, August 25th. We're going to broadcast the Daily Blender live from 3 to 6 p.m. And then at 7 p.m., all the Blender leagues are going to draft together. It's always nuts and a ton of fun. You don't even have to be in one of our leagues to come and hang out. Join the Daily Blender at Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace, 3 p.m. till we're done partying. Friday, August 25th, here on 1580 The Fanatic.
The all-new Nissan Ariya is a fully loaded EV. It's brimming with style and power,
Up to 389 horses of it.
innovation, and intelligence.
E-Force all-wheel drive.
It'll pin you to your seat.
Your very plush seat.
The all-new all-electric Nissan Ariya. E-Force cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. E-Force and 389 horsepower available on Platinum Plus. Nissan calculation using 1-foot rollout testing with long-range battery and E-Force only in sport mode with E-step off. These results are for comparison only and should not be attempted on public roads. Drive responsibly. See nissanusa.com for details.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more straight talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. You're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
Don't be fooled by the people you meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but anyone who tries to sell you pills is nothing more than a drug dealer. And if you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Know the truth about fentanyl at learnmoreaz.org. Don't be fooled. Don't be faked out. Visit learnmoreaz.org. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Your home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I'm a little confused by this whole thing with the Colts and Jonathan Taylor. And, the Colts giving him permission to seek a trade. It's like, yeah, go find yourself a trade. Make sure we get something good in return. Is that kind of like when you say, I'm running away from home? And your mom's like, yeah, go ahead. Here you go. Here's a sandwich. Good luck.
This is a pacification type of thing.
But
they're just, the Colts win because Jonathan Taylor's not going anywhere.
Yeah. They don't have to do anything, and they don't look like the bad guy for saying, like, if the Colts look for the trade themselves and they don't find one, people can just not believe them. And I think that would be reasonable to just be like, it's not in your interest to find a good trade. But if you ask him to do it and he can't find one, it's not your fault.
You don't think Jonathan Taylor's agent is smart enough to realize, well, we're screwed?
I think he is, but you got to pick up the phone. Once they give you the permission to do it, some team might actually be dumb enough to try and pull off that trade and not worry about what they're losing. It has happened before, but it's not likely, but he's got to try.
Well, right now he's due to make $4.3 million for this year. He doesn't even hit free agency until 2025. So in a trade situation, you think that he's going to get paid in the trade situation? He's looking to get paid. And in that trade, someone on the other end is going to be like, yeah, we'll pay him. Or they're going to be like, it's a good deal if we don't have to pay him extra.
I mean, with the current climate of running backs in the NFL and what these teams are doing, even if, Jonathan Taylor is probably one of the better running backs in the league. Yes. We would all agree with that, right? Yes. I mean, this and his potential, his ceiling, his opportunity to be great in this league is pretty high, right? So, I mean, I don't think that a team is still going to pay him more than, they're going to pay his contract and maybe extend him and get him up around 10 million a year, because that's the going rate for good running backs nowadays.
All right. Sure. So, Keon, would you think that the Commandos would pay $10.1 million for Jonathan Taylor?
No.
Okay.
And it's
Randy, do you think the Cardinals are going to play $10.1 million for?
No, our backfield is set right now. Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing is, like, a lot of teams are like, look, we don't have, you can have a good backfield that you're not paying a ton of money. And then you look at the idea that you're going to pay Jonathan Taylor. How much better does that make you? And a lot of teams are going to be like, does it make us $10 million better?
And the Colts are going to want like first round draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like second at the worst. And I don't think anybody wants to part with that, you know, for a guy that's currently rehabbing from an injury. And B, playing a position that most teams feel like they have figured out and can figure out fairly quickly.
Moist One says, I don't know about that Jimmy Graham thing. I don't know. Tight ends are known for having strokes in public, like Kellen Winslow Jr.
That's a different situation and a different use of that word, and you know it.
Hefty Lefty says, he says they need wait, Twitter? What? Why are you just texting me Twitter? Do I have to go look at Twitter? I don't like when people say, go look at something else. You go look at something else. Why don't you tell me what the hell you're talking about, Hefty Lefty? Cardinal Art says Colts are asking for everything, including the kitchen sink in return instead of giving him a new deal. Well, like Keon says, they've removed themselves by saying, yeah, go ahead, find yourself a deal. As long as we like it, we'll do it.
Yeah. And so he finds the deal. Then the Colts say, okay, we want all your first rounders.
A-Wings 22 says, Jeffrey, no week 0. I was hoping for some quality UMass New Mexico State analysis up in here. Yeah, we're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. There is none. It doesn't exist. 0%. If Keon says, Jeffrey, we have to talk about this, then I'll be all right. I will trust his judgment. But until further notice, there is no such thing as week 0 on the Daily Blender.
Because here's what's happening in week 0. It's two teams that ultimately, unless you are a fan of that team, you don't care about them. Or it's a team that people care about, and the other team is just in for a beat down for the ages. Like Texas and Rice. Like that's just it's going to be bad.
This is the reason they call it week 0. Fighting Wampa says, sorry if this has been asked 1,000 times, but how do we find out where we are in the draft order for our fantasy leagues? Yeah, as we announced in the beginning of the show, this weekend, I got an email from Westwood One saying, hey, Kevin Harlan would be happy to do that for you. Too late. I warned you. I told you guys. Anyway, but we did go ahead and release the draft order, and it has been applied to all leagues. If you're looking on your phone, Fighting Wampa, you're not going to see it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a glitch for the NFL.com. I don't get it. But if you go on your computer and log into your fantasy football team there, across the top, there is a tab that says draft info, and it'll show you everything that you need to know. It'll show you what your draft, position is. Sorry, I don't make the app. I don't know why it's doing that. Hefty Lefty says, no, I was saying about Twitter that Twitter was how people found out about the club that we don't talk about.
Fight Club.
I think Fight Club predates the Twitter.
Well, he's talking about 0 week now.
Week 0?
Yeah, 0 week in college football.
Twitter is how people found out about the club. It's not a club. I'm confused.
I'm confused too. I'm not sure I follow, to be honest.
I don't know. Hefty Lefty, maybe he's having a seizure. I don't know. Big George says, why didn't you guys wait for Kevin Harlan? I wanted to, but everybody else in the text line wanted that draft order right away. So we did it. We gave you guys what you wanted, but I should have known better. And it was my instinct to wait till Monday.
It wasn't a guaranteed Kevin Harlan. It wasn't like we got fantasy football pancake guy or a Kevin Harlan. It was fantasy football pancake guy now or maybe Kevin Harlan. And can I tell you why? Because
we went with Pancake Guy is why we got permission for Kevin Harlan. If we hadn't, if we had waited until Monday, it would have been crickets, and it would still be the same outcome. It's just It's just not karma. It's Murphy's something or other. I don't know.
Murphy's Law.
Sure. Yeah. So don't worry. Kevin Harlan's going to be on the show next week, and we'll get to at least talk to Kevin Harlan. That'll be nice. And next year we'll get him to do our fantasy football draft order. So, Against the Spread says week 0 is just a bunch of trash. The NCAA serves up as a starter, an appetizer. You know it's bad if Ohio University and San Diego State is the best game of the week.
Well, that's the thing, is it's not an NCAA serving up trash so much as all of these other smaller schools looking around and going, if we play football a week before everybody else, people might actually notice us.
Nobody's going to notice you. Chosen One says, if you go into the league, I believe the order of names is draft order. I'm fourth to draft. Otherwise, it's a coincidence. Let me see if that is correct for you, Chosen One. What league are you in? And I can sort of double check that. I don't know where, but it's off the top of my head. Big George is like, okay, at least Kevin Harlan is coming on the show. George, we don't care if you approve or not. Am I giving too much honesty to these people today, Randy? I feel like
it's like
maybe
it would have been a disaster, but as it turns out, Big George approves. So thank God that happened.
Listen, I was on George's side though. I was on George's side on the whole thing here. You know that.
No, if you go into league,
waited.
if you're going to league, that is not the draft order.
Yeah, where you are on your page is not draft order because I just looked at your draft. Chosen One, I regret to inform you, you have the last pick. You are pick 10 in your draft. Sorry, Chosen One. So your theory is incorrect. But the good news is you get 2 picks in a row. At the end there. Sorry. Wow, that was awkward. The Hefty Lefty says it's a coincidence on the app. I'm fourth in our league, but I'm drafting 10th too, says Hefty Lefty. See, again, here's another thing. If we'd all waited till today, you guys who are complaining about having the 10th pick probably wouldn't have had the 10th pick. Just saying.
I'm
just
picking
saying.
third. I can't relate.
Keon is like, I will kill every last one of you if you change this. We're not going to change. Big George says, Keon, I approve of everything Jeffrey said, but I don't approve of your sarcasm.
Oh, no. Not Big George's sarcasm. However will I exist without that approval?
That's what they call dripping sarcasm. Cardinal Art says, will the Sun Devils have a starting quarterback by week 0?
Sure they will.
Asking for a friend. No, they're not the only ones who are having a quarterback. I don't know if it's uncertainty or controversies. There's more than a few colleges that are still experiencing that.
There are some decisions to be made. Yeah, that's true. But will they have a starting quarterback? Absolutely. They have enough guys in camp. They all have a starting quarterback. Yeah. Have they decided who it is right now? No.
Colts Van Dan says, if you would read my text occasionally, maybe your show wouldn't suck so bad. Hey, if you were less racist all the damn time, I'd probably read yours a few more often. Dodger Danny says, how about those Arizona Diamondbacks, huh? Thank you, Danny.
How about
he says, by the way, did we change his texter name to now 10th Chosen One or Chosen 10th? I think. Cardinal Art says, may I please have a stiff whiskey, room temperature, please, Randy?
A stiff whiskey?
Yes. Not that kind of stiff, Randy.
Oh.
High alcohol content, please.
Oh, there you go.
Hefty Lefty says, I'm not complaining about the 10. I never care much where I draft. I'm more of a waiver wire guy throughout the year.
Uh-huh.
Me too. I'm actually pretty good with the old waiver wire. So I don't know. Being in having the 6th pick in a 12-team league, that's
you could do worse.
Like having a 5th pick in a 10-team league, you know. So I guess, but it's not because I still end up with Tyreek Hill. Everything I've looked at is pointing in that direction. I got to come up with something else. I got to come up with something better than that. By the way, I'm confused about something else. Can I share my confusion with you now?
Please.
Here's my confusion. So remember we were talking about the Guardian cap, and Keon, remembering you were like, hey, if the players say they want to wear them, then that's when things will start to work, right? They're going to make it optional. So you can wear them if you want to wear them. And then people might be like, yeah, let's give that a shot, right? Mm-hmm. Well, somebody asked, and the league said no. A coach was asking if a player wanted to wear the Guardian cap in the game, would they be allowed to do so? And they said, no. That's kind of garbage. That is. Something that it give you a 57% better chance, proven in practice and preseason, to protect you. And the league's like, no, you can't have that.
Plus, you can collect the data from the games.
We need to talk about this when we get back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
I can't wait for what's next. Even with higher stroke risk due to atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Eliquis, apixaban tablets, reduces stroke risk. It's the #1 cardiologist prescribed blood thinner.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or have antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising, or if you have tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take medicines such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means, wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait. Unlimited first-year cash back match. Only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
Sun Devil football season is here, and we need you in Mountain America Stadium, wearing gold and cheering on head coach Kenny Dillingham and your Sun Devils to victory. Join Sun Devil Nation this fall with season tickets starting at just $135. The home schedule features games against Oklahoma State and Fresno State, as well as Pac-12 matchups with USC, Colorado, Oregon, and Arizona. Get your tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
It's heating up across Arizona. Make sure you know the signs of heat stress, cramps, rashes, exhaustion, dizziness. Working in high temperatures can be dangerous. It can lead to an altered mental state, damage your organs, and even cause death. Protect yourself. Get plenty of water, rest, and shade during the day. Learn more from the Industrial Commission of Arizona. Visit heat.az.gov. That's heat.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Industrial Commission of Arizona.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting a K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour. All right, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And we were talking about how, the league has said, if you want to wear one of them Guardian caps in the game, no, you can't do it. Sorry, you are not allowed to wear that in the game. And I was like, well, why? Well, I mean, why won't you make that a priority? If you're talking about player safety, they're like, well, because it looks like an egg carton turned inside out and it's like stuck to your head like soundproofing from Randy's studio right there. And, it's not ready to be seen in public. We're seeing it now.
In other words, not enough branding on it.
Yeah, I've given you the solution. You just take like pantyhose material, the nylon, you can paint that and get the logo on that. It's just because making sure the protective stuff that's underneath this sheer, material is able to do its job. How hard is this to figure out? If they got 3D printers and things that can put your logo on anything, why can't they put that on some sort of black nylon material or blue or red or whatever the color of the helmet is? And let's go. People would be like, hey, look at the funny looking helmet. It's like, oh, that guy's just trying not to die. Fair enough. Let's do this.
Yeah, especially if there are players that want to, especially if you're not making people do it. And you're saying, if you want to try this. They've allowed players to use experimental methods before. I don't believe one of the NFL doctors that came out and said, well, we just haven't tested it in games yet, so we don't know. Well, if someone wants to try it in games, guess what you can collect from that? Data. So I just don't get it. No excuse they have makes any sense.
Yeah, yes, but on the other hand, maybe somebody, because they haven't tested it in a game yet, at game speed, and somebody wears this thing and gets injured really badly in a game because it's heavier on your head and it causes a neck injury or, God forbid, some sort of spinal cord injury because you hit somebody with this on.
Okay.
Now all of a sudden the league is going to be, responsible for that.
Is that substantiated? Or is the Guardian cap helmet heavier than a regular helmet?
Oh, it has to be.
It's just a light, airy material in there.
No, it's a foam. It's a foam, and it's straight.
But foam, by the definition of the word, air infused.
Still going to be heavier than your normal helmet.
All right, you might be right, but I'd like to see if that's a confirmed thing.
It's bigger if you get hit or hit somebody with that helmet, it gets in the way, and it causes a serious injury.
I mean, maybe, but they've allowed experimental stuff before. I remember Luke Kuechly had those concussions. And then he started wearing this, and you still see some players still wear it. It's like this black semicircle that goes around your neck, and it actually restricts some of the blood flow to your head. That when you have those collisions, your brain jiggles around up there a little bit less, and it actually reduces concussions. But there was a time where they weren't exactly sure whether or not it would work, and they've allowed players to do that. So I have trouble believing that if, again, someone signed a waiver, said, hey, I would like to wear a Guardian helmet.
But Randy's right. It's about the logo. It's about what is supposed to be on the helmet. And
that's what it is.
Not looking too goofy, I guess. I mean, they do look goofy, but I don't care. I don't care if a guy is wearing that. It doesn't take away enjoyment of the game just because he's wearing a different looking helmet, does it?
No. And to the players that think maybe it looks bad, they don't have to wear it. I don't think anyone's asking for the league to mandate it right now. Just let the players that want to give it a try. And if you're complaining that you don't have the data, too, as Randy pointed out, like there are lots of different things that can go wrong with this. You can collect that data and figure it out.
Well, this actually, as you start to watch what's sort of unfolding here, the argument that maybe they should all take their helmets off. No helmets, because people are less likely to lead with the noggin when there's no helmet on there. Maybe that's the way to stop all these concussions and stop all this stuff. Yeah, no helmet. Have them wear a baseball hat that has the the logo on it or something if you want.
Rugby players are really tough, but what you never see a rugby player do is lead with his head because it's just there. That's all he's got.
You can get a concussion in any sport, but there's a lot less in a bunch of these other sports. Maybe that is the cure. No helmets. No, either let them wear a goofy looking foam helmet or no helmet. How about no helmets? Everybody's a little bit more cautious with their head. And then I think it's more badass. This guy coming at you a million miles an hour, no helmet on. I'll drink to that.
I mean, I guess I don't know that if you do you remove the pads? Because if you take a pad to the head, I don't know that that's any better.
I think they should be naked. Paint their bodies with the team colors.
So like body painting instead of a uniform.
Yep.
Now I'm all good. I don't require that.
What do you do with all those aardvarks sticking out there? During the game.
I don't.
Anteaters.
You're gonna have to sequester those somehow.
I mean, you got players talking about how they're playing up in Buffalo and it's cold. So
I didn't think of that.
They take the Viagra to stay warm. Well, that's not going to work.
There'd be some frostbite in all the wrong places.
That's not going to work.
All right.
Yeah.
Shorts and tank tops.
Well,
you're playing at Lambeau. That's going to be an experience.
Long shorts.
You might also
and t-shirts. Then
you might also die. But unless we're going to Ivan Drago.
We're workshopping here. We're talking through it, Keon. Nothing is set in stone. I don't know. I don't have the cure. But if the Guardian cap makes a difference, they should be allowed to wear it if they want. All it takes is somebody to hear what I'm saying. Nylon, print the logo on it, pull it on over like the dude that's working at the back of the restaurant, the hairnet. It's a nylon hairnet over the Guardian cap with the logo on it.
Look, the NFL is, as much as they like to have the cutting edge research, they are a late adopter to things. The Guardian caps were in high school first, then they were in college, and they're in college practices. And when the NFL saw that it was working there, then they had teams doing it in NFL practices, and they will be dead last to do it in games.
Do me a favor. I am curious about what Randy said. Can you find out what the weight of a regular helmet is versus a Guardian cap? I am curious about that. Mr. Wilbur says, are we seriously talking about helmet covers? Sponsored by Trojan Man. You're damn right we are. Okay, they're not going to allow people to wear the Guardian caps in the regular season just yet. Hopefully, somebody will come around and figure this out. I don't know. I know that on one hand, I hate how they've bubble wrapped the sport, but on the other hand, you got something that's going to help. Use it.
See, I don't have a problem with that because this concussion syndrome thing that's been going around for years now. That's a major thing, and anything you can do to prevent that, I appreciate that. But I don't think this is wussifying the NFL at all. I think it's just protecting the player. I don't think it takes away from the game.
We've always just sort of accepted, some guy comes in the room. Hey guys, how you doing? And they're like, "Oh, what's the deal with that guy?
Yeah.
Played football. Oh, he took too many. Yes, too many. So we accepted that at the cost of the person, at the cost of the human being. So, Swave Dave says, "Is everyone still drafting next Friday at 7 p.m.?" No, everybody but Premier League. Swave Dave, and he says, "How about Under Armour with Armor Guard?" I don't know what he's talking about. Is that underwear?
I don't know.
I hear Under Armour. I always think underwear.
It's a great question.
Swave Dave, we have no idea what you're talking about.
Brought the show right to a stop there.
Don't know. Maybe it's like, Teflon? Or, no, I'm sorry, spandex. Teflon. We're going to make eggs. Anyway, so let's get to the injury report here. There were quite a few over the weekend. Who knows what'll happen tonight? Oh, by the way, hey, Keon, Sam Howell is going to play for a half tonight. You get to actually kind of get an idea of what's going on there. So if he's playing for a half, does that mean your entire first string offense will play?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, there.
Yeah.
What time does your game start?
They want him to gel. I'm not sure off the top of my head.
I can find that for you then.
5. now, I guess.
All right. Don't check out. You do it, because I know how you are. Don't check out during the show.
I don't.
Don't check out.
What do you mean you know how I am? I have never once stopped and watched TV.
That you can remember.
Here's how I know Keon's. Here's how I know the Washington team's on this.
When has that happened? Tell me when that has happened. I know you've accused me of it many times, and it's literally never happened.
An air horn.
When does it happen? I put the Suns on all the time. I put a bunch of teams on. I've never been distracted from the show because it's on TV. It's never happened. You told me a former host that used to happen to him, but then you put it on me, and I'm like, when has this happened for me? I've never done it.
That last guy, we used to okay, give me your cell phone, give me your phone, unplug the TV, lock the door.
I have never done it.
You've never been as bad as that guy, but there have been times we've been doing the show, and I see you going.
Yeah, I look, but I never stop paying attention to the show to look.
He looks, but he doesn't touch.
I'm not, but I always look, and then I come back. I don't sit there and watch the game.
What I want is an intern with an air horn that I can signal, and all of a sudden this hand comes and sneaks through the door.
Here's the thing. If you air horn me for looking, you don't know that doesn't tell you that I'm not paying attention. If I sit there and watch the game,
calm down. It has nothing to do with whether you're guilty or not. I just want to scare the crap out of you.
No, I just don't like being accused of stuff I didn't do. It's a
that's
personal
college credit
thing
for the kid. That's college credit for the kid. Why would you take that away from him?
Because he's already doing the job.
Swave Dave says, well, that was the first for me. I brought the show to a stop. Yeah, we still have no idea what you were talking about. All right, where were we? Oh, the injury report. Can we do the injury report?
Yes.
Sure can.
All right. So what the hell happened to Isaiah Bolden? He went out of the Patriots-Packers game on a stretcher. He got knocked out by a teammate. I guess they were going after the same guy, and did they clunk heads or something? I didn't. My wife said, "Ooh, a guy just got hurt." I'm like, I don't want to see that. So,
well, I think they were going after the same guy, and there was a collision, and he got the brunt of it, I believe.
Yeah, they put him on a backboard on a stretcher and everything, but they're like, and they stopped the game. So it must have been really bad. But
yeah, I only have a picture of it, and they have him strapped down completely. So.
They said he had feeling in all his extremities. They
good.
took him to a hospital to test him out and figure out what's what. But yeah.
Well, he took a. So this report here says he took a hit to the head from a teammate.
All right. So I'm just surprised it was just preseason. Is that this? I mean, did anybody see the hit? Is this the kind of thing that keeps the game going in regular season? Because
probably
it took
not.
a guy's heart stopping to stop a game last year.
Yeah, the way they have him strapped to the
they had to get around him.
You would stop that in a season.
Yeah, and he was in the middle of the field. They weren't going to move him, thinking that he had a neck injury.
I mean, that's just kind of weak sauce. What you do is you strap him to the board, you get him on a hand truck, and just wheel him off the damn field. Get the game going again.
You can't.
Says Skip Bayless.
Yeah. Skip was like, so what are the game implications of this while a guy is still being revived on the field? It's just.
Well, if he dies, it's a 15-yard penalty, Skip. So
dying on the field, 15 yards.
Can we get a replay on him dying on the field, please?
Automatic loss of down.
So Bill Belichick came out and he says, hey, how's Isaiah Bolden? He's like, a lot better.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah. Better. Thank you, Bill. All right. Yeah. And then they're asking him, like, hey, is there going to be a Tom Brady Appreciation Day? He says, one night's not enough. Do you mean in appreciation or in bed? Anywhere close to being enough. Tom deserves better. Well, how many days, Bill? How many days of appreciation should the Patriots give a guy who's no longer on their team? You know, I mean, that's a nice thing you're saying about Tom Brady, I guess. But Bill Belichick's getting soft in his old age. You know, he went to the Taylor Swift concert. Yeah, he went to the Taylor Swift concert. And
he's a Swiftie, is he?
Oh, he is now. Yeah, I guess it started raining and she kept playing, and he's like, and she's tough. Tough player. Impressive. Stood out there in rain and played right through it. He's like giving a scouting report on Taylor Swift. Yeah. I am definitely on the "You Gotta Calm Down" song. And it's good. You gotta calm down. Seems like there's a lot of times that's appropriate.
Might be too calm, Bill.
Thanks, Bill. Appreciate that. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, we're canceling practice with the Titans." Is it because of all the fights? Is it because of the injuries? I'm going on the road. I'm following Taylor. I'm a Swiftie now. I'm out, bitches.
All right, Bill.
Everybody just can't get enough of that Taylor Swift. I mean, is she good? Is she worth all this? Because she's making bazillions of dollars. Everybody's talking about how much money she's making. She's got Bill Belichick wrapped around her finger.
No, that's Sting.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. But Taylor Swift seems to have the nation's attention. Am I missing something on the Taylor Swift?
She's a pop star, so I don't know. I mean,
is it that big a deal? Because like I remember back in the day, Bruce Springsteen, before he started doing 9-hour concerts before these poor bastards had to go to work the next day. But back in the day, they were like, "Oh my God, Bruce Springsteen's amazing." Everybody was like, "Oh yeah, paying money for the tickets." Elton John, he's retiring. Oh, we're gonna pay a lot of money for the tickets, and
well, that was a goodbye tour. That was the see you later tour.
Well, that was the first one he did in the 80s. I mean,
in the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Is Taylor Swift? She live up to the hype?
I don't think.
Am I missing something
you
here?
are asking the wrong
Can't
audience.
stand her as an actress because she shows up in movies every now and then. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, and she's horrible. And I don't know any of her songs, so I'm just asking. I'm asking an honest question. Am I missing out?
I don't know. She has catchy songs. I think people enjoy her live show, but don't ask me why because I've never seen them. So I can't help you answer this question.
Old shouty guy, Stephen A. Smith, he paid like $20,000 for him and some people to go to a Taylor Swift show. I didn't read what he said because every time I even read something he said, I hear the shouting.
Yeah, the words yell at you from the page.
So I'm trying to figure out here is, this whole damn, if Bill Belichick likes her, it's either she's jumped the shark or, oh my God, she's so good. Even Bill Belichick was like singing along with the songs. Is this it? Taylor Swift or Bill Belichick?
This is Taylor Swift. Yeah. I don't know what the draw is here.
Hope she didn't swear in this.
No.
They swear in like every song these days.
She doesn't swear in any song. No.
Is Bill Belichick singing along to this?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sure he is. Yeah. Yeah.
Angels roll the dice. Something. Oh.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling him. Oh. To the left.
No, that's a different.
No, that's
a different concert that will cost you thousands of dollars.
Yeah. That's the queen there. That's what's her name?
That's Beyonce.
Beyonce. There you go.
I like Beyonce. Her name starts with the same letter as mine.
Yeah.
All right. I
Yes.
actually do have an injury report when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brett Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. The best way to start betting smarter is to sign up for a free VSiN subscription at vsin.com/subscribe. That's vsin.com/subscribe.
The Atlanta Braves are the favorites to win the 2023 World Series at plus 280, while the LA Dodgers are plus 350. The Houston Astros, the defending World Series champions, are plus 700. They're looking up at the Texas Rangers, who lead the American League West. Texas plus 800 to capture the trophy. The Baltimore Orioles, who lead the American League East, are plus 950 to win the World Series. Right behind them in the division, the Tampa Bay Rays are plus 1,400. Atlanta's Ronald Acuna Jr. is minus 360 to win the National League MVP. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Sun Devil football season is here, and we need you in Mountain America Stadium, wearing gold and cheering on head coach Kenny Dillingham and your Sun Devils to victory. Join Sun Devil Nation this fall with season tickets starting at just $135. The home schedule features games against Oklahoma State and Fresno State, as well as Pac-12 matchups with USC, Colorado, Oregon, and Arizona. Get your tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
If you're an agent or broker in group benefits, get ready to learn about an exciting and innovative new program to offer your clients. Eternal Benefit is now offering the first pre-planning program that's available as a payroll deduction and allows benefits for the entire family. Our pre-planning program can include coverage for yourself, your spouse, plus your immediate family, including parents, children, grandparents, and even aunts, uncles, and cousins. Looking for a great reason to contact your clients? This is it. No more meetings where you have nothing new to offer. Eternal Benefit plans lock in and provide for funeral and burial expenses regardless of price increases. Employees can now take care of their family member without pressure. Choose from hundreds of funeral homes and cemeteries. Plans are completely transferable, even if your clients move to another state. The program pays some of the highest commissions in the group benefits area. Find out more. Go to eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574. Eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Are you ready for the NFL season? Are you ready to win $1,580 in cold hard cash? Sign up today for the Harmon Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. Get over to 1580thefanatic.com and sign up today. Someone needs to win this $1,580 first prize. Why not you? Finish in second place. Cha-ching! You win $500. The Harmon Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. Sign up today at 1580thefanatic.com.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Blissful Hayes says, it makes it a lot easier to be tough singing in the rain if you're making that $300 million a year right there. I think she's making more than that, isn't she?
$300 million a year?
Yeah.
I think she's making way more than that.
Oh, yeah. Sun Devil Raul says, good morning, Vietnam. I'm just tuning in. Hola, you numbskulls. What's up? Well, we're not in Vietnam. So what's up with you? Swave Dave, he wants to clarify. He says, what I meant to say was Under Armour with Armorall. Still? Still not following the logic.
Under Armour with Armoral.
But thanks for texting in from rehab. 888-368-1580. So, all right, here we go. Back to the injury report. The Buccaneers, they've got problems. They don't know who the hell their quarterback is, but they know who he isn't now. John Wolford got taken to the hospital with neck injury. Yeah, he's feeling better, and he's traveled with the team and everything. So they have no idea who their quarterback
Wasn't he,
is.
John Wolf? Did you say Wolford?
Yeah.
Wasn't he with the? It sounds familiar. Was he?
Yeah,
with
he was
the
with the
Cardinals?
Rams. He was with the
Yeah.
Rams.
He's with the Rams.
When Stafford went down, he played a lot of games.
Didn't he play last season with the Cardinals, Wolford?
I don't think so. No.
No,
okay.
I'll always have him here. He's just like Keon said. He started the wild card playoff game for LA. Oh, this is back when Jared Goff was still there. So they started him, but then he went out with a neck injury. So, yeah, Mayfield and Trask or Mayfield. Old Todd Bowles. He's sitting there. He's like, either way, this is my last year. I'm getting fired.
Who?
Yeah.
Who said that?
Todd Bowles. He didn't say it, but his eyes say that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
When your
Okay.
choice between quarterbacks is Trask or
Yeah.
Mayfield,
Yeah.
it's your last year working at that place.
And if you were like a great coach, that would still be tough to say he's got more time. And he's not a great coach. He's just an okay guy. Potentially bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel sorry for Todd Bowles, but he needs to be a coordinator, please. The Cowboys, they had a rookie linebacker, the Maverian Overshown. He got carted off with a knee injury. Turns out that is a torn ACL for him. That's
too bad. That's too bad.
That is
I know
real
why.
bad for that kid.
I know why John Wolford sounds familiar. He used to be the quarterback for the Arizona Hotshots in the
That's
F.
right. The AF.
That's where it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, the Arizona Hotshots.
Okay. Poor guy. Tommy Doyle for the Bills got he's an offensive tackle. He got carted off with a knee injury as well. He was working his way back from an ACL injury. So poor guy. He's had to have an air cast placed on his leg before they took him out of there. Zach, remember we talked about Zach last week? Zach McPherson.
Mhm.
And we were talking about how Zach McPherson and Tyree Cleveland, they'd gotten hurt there. They were both injured last Thursday. Well, now they're off the team. So don't worry about them anymore. That's they just, hey, remember how you got hurt? Bye-bye. They wave. Did they actually wave when they wave you? That seems
No,
like
I don't think so.
I
'Cause it's
feel
not
like they
spelled the same.
should. You know, if somebody's waving, if you're getting waved, there should be a wave. Bye. But then that feels sort of
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's the rules. I have to wave when we wave you. You've been waved.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Yeah, no, just and you just lost your job. It's like the worst day of your career so far.
Head coaches would no longer give the news.
I know how I would wave back.
Mm-hmm. That's why it'd be probably some low-level assistant who'd be behind a plexiglass thing. And if you get called up to the plexiglass thing, you already know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I got to do this. I think if the guy gets through the plexiglass to murder the guy inside, he should get to stay on the team. If you're well enough to do that, you're well enough to play for us. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Good news for the Rams. The only good player you have is coming back this week to practice, Cooper Kupp. He had that hamstring injury, and now he's like, yeah, I'm coming back. I'm coming back this week to practice. Doesn't mean he's fully ready, but those things are nagging, those hamstring injuries. But am I wrong? I mean, there's nobody else that's going to be catching a ball from Matt Stafford worth a damn on that team, right?
I mean, Van Jefferson's a really good number 2. That's it. I can't think of anybody else.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? So if Cooper Kupp is in, they might win a game. If Cooper Kupp is out, they are definitely not winning a game.
Yeah. I mean, they made all of these moves, and the moves helped them win a Super Bowl. And this is the result of that. They don't have the cap space to retool and add talent. They're stuck in a lot of big contracts, or they traded guys away and there's dead money on the team. Like they're just stuck. They don't have the ability to get better this season.
Yep. And maybe Matt Stafford would have given you the Tom Brady deal if he didn't know you tried to trade him over the offseason. Maybe he'd have been like, yeah, I'll help you out. They even asked him, hey, you want to restructure? No, no, I don't.
Nope.
No, I'm going to go ahead.
Oh, you mean give you the contract that's easier to trade me? No,
Yeah.
thank you.
Gotta
No.
keep this money.
You moved me to LA. Guess what? I'm not leaving. My family's here. My kids are in school. Stop it.
Yep.
I'm taking this money and you're just going to have to pay me.
Bruno Baller says, do you think Cooper Kupp has a sister named Dixie? It's I gotta be honest. It's a waste of a name if he doesn't name one of his own kids Dixie.
Wow.
There's a lot of names you could have along with Kupp. Don't get cheap. Don't say measuring. That's not a name. It's not a name. Hey, Miles Jack. Remember we were last week? I was like, oh, look at this guy. He's funny. He was prepping for a zombie apocalypse. Then Buda Baker calls him up and says, hey, why don't you come out and just train with me here? And maybe somebody will pick you up. And then he's like, yeah, okay. Fine. And he did. And he got picked up. He was on the Jaguars and he played in a preseason game. And afterwards, he's like, yeah, no, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to go back to doomsday prepping. So, yeah, he has decided to retire. He has told the team that he'll be retiring from the game. And here's the crazy thing, he's got some money. So, he could have made some more money, but he's just like, I don't want to go. He's like, I'm thinking of going to trade school. After I'm done with my doomsday prepping.
He was doomsday prepping?
Yep. He's like, I don't know if there's going to be a zombie apocalypse, but it's just kind of fun to get ready for it.
Okay.
Good for him. I'm glad he has both the time and just the money to commit to that particular thing.
He says, listen, I just want to be innovative. I don't know if a zombie apocalypse happens, but if it does, I want to be able to build something, fix something, I want to be helpful.
Well, I mean, good for him. Good for him for trying to do something to be productive.
I agree 1,000,000%. Okay, so people are coming up with names. Wilbur, you can't name a child Red Solo Cup. You just can't. That's not. Dixie Cup is the winner so far by Bruno Baller. Sun Devil Raul says the Rams are still way better than Bidwell's team. Maybe. No, I'm thinking. Yeah, you're probably right. Chosen One says 2 women, 1 cup. No, that's not a name. And neither is Juan Solo Cup, Bala 51. Props trying to give it a nice Spanish flair. But no. You guys I appreciate the effort, but it's just, I don't think it's there.
Actually, Juan is a first name and the middle name is Solo.
What about Han Solo Cup?
But does that make sense? I guess that makes even more sense. Han Solo Cup.
Yeah. Han Solo.
And then
Solo Cup.
You just, every time you say the kid's name, you just say every name.
Han Solo Cup, get your ass in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Still, Dixie Cup, I think still.
No, that's the clubhouse leader.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, what about Tin Cup? You don't name somebody Tim Cup. You don't name them that. That wasn't even Kevin Costner's name in that movie, was it? Did they call him Tin Cup? I don't think they did.
No.
Yeah.
You could name the kid Tim.
Cup?
It sounds close enough.
Yeah.
And it's a name.
A little bit of a stretch.
A bit.
Blissful Hayes. How about Nut Cup? I think that CPS would show up. I don't think they'd be. And Despondent Yahoo, we already had 2 women in a cup, but 2 girls in a. I don't think that's a name. 2 girls in a. Wilbur, P in the? That's not a name either.
That's so bad. Why would you do that?
Blissful Hayes. He did follow with a good one. Butter. Name her Butter.
Oh, yeah.
Buttercup. My little Buttercup has the sweetest. Oh, you guys are so disappointing. Smile. Fine. So I have a question.
Yes.
This is a legit question. How many games did Anthony Richardson even play in college? Was it 17? In his entire college career? Was it 17?
I think so, because I know he played all of the last season, and then I don't remember how many games he played the season before. Go ahead and get there.
Do you feel like it was enough? Like, that's pretty good. He's played enough. He has not done anything wrong, but I feel like the Colts have done something wrong. Why, when they got a guy they're going to throw to the NFL Wolves, you know, the guy whose mechanics need working on, they all know that. Everybody knows that. Keon saw it. We saw it. Got to see it live on the field. Then why would you hold him out of week 2 preseason?
12 games.
12. Oh my God. Even less than I thought. He's had 12 college games, 1 preseason game. And you're like, yeah, let's not play him week 2. Let's not play him week 2.
Well, here's
versus the Bears.
The thing, I think they want him to get those reps in the games that matter. Like, they know that it's going to be a tough season.
Every game matters when you haven't played hardly any.
I agree, but if they're thinking, well, what's our level with the injury risk? Where would you rather have him be? Preseason is not like Anthony Richardson injured preseason week 3 is not going to make Jimmy Irsay happy.
It's absolute necessary on the job training. Anthony Richardson getting hurt in practice isn't going to make anybody happy, but it's the necessary evil. Let me give you an idea how bad it is that he only played that few games. Mitch Trubisky played the exact same amount of games in college. And everybody's like, ooh, let's get Mitch Trubisky. And what happened there? Worst career start of a quarterback you've seen in a long time.
He's played less games than Trey Lance.
Anthony Richardson's needed the week 2. He needed that. And I'm very confused and disappointed.
I understand that. But the thing with you don't hit the quarterback in practice. You do in preseason games. And your owner in particular was salivating at the idea of this guy playing.
Oh, yeah. Guess what happened? Anthony Richardson ran through a defensive guy like he didn't exist. I think he'd be fine.
He might be fine, but you know what? Your joints aren't invincible. So again, if you have to pitch it to the owner, we might lose this dude in the preseason. He's probably not going to go for it. And Jim Irsay has a lot of say.
Irsay, he is your guy or he's not your guy. If he is your guy, then all 3 preseason games are absolutely vital. And if something, God forbid, happens, you've got Gardner Minshew, who has been very, very actually good in preseason. He's been efficient. He's done what needs to be done. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to win you every game. I'm going to put him at about the same level as your guy, Jacoby Brissett. I'll put him about the same level as far as how well he can do. But having Anthony Richardson sit after everything he went through, he needed that practice before he's out in the Wolves.
I don't disagree, because I think that, when he gets to the regular season, what's going to happen with those defenses? They're going to be more complicated. They're going to actually show you the defense. It's not just going to be some base cover 2 that they sit in for the entire game. Like, you're going to actually have to decipher what's going on out there. And this is the training wheels time. I agree. I understand if you're a coaching staff and you've got an owner that's got his thumb on the scale, you also have to pitch things to him,
Irsay's got his thumb somewhere else, if you ask me. Heavy Metal Maniac says, I got one. Reese's Cup. Oh, not bad. Reese's. That's not bad. Bala 51, though, wins. He wins all of it.
Okay.
He says, Stanley
Cup.
I think that's it right there.
Yeah. Walk off homer.
Dixie and Stanley. So basically Bruno Baller and Bala 51 for the win there. I think that's nice. Nice job, guys. Nice job. You guys, I didn't think you could do it, but you did it. Well done. Rough Rob says everyone gets thrown to the Wolves. It's life. Learn on the job, figure it out, Richardson. He'd love to, Rough Rob. I don't think you can blame him.
But they didn't play him. And I don't even think I can blame the coaching staff. The coaching staff is kind of having to work around what the owner wants.
I think Glendale Mullet now has a sister for Dixie Cup and for Stanley Cup.
Okay.
What about DD Cup? DD.
Oh, my God.
Like DD. That's actually pretty good, Glendale Mullet. Well done. Haven't heard from you since May 17th, but you've been waiting. You've been ready. You've been sniping. Bam. Headshot. Well done. We got to take a break. When we come back, some more football stuff. And, of course, on this date in Big George's sports history, it's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Happy 62nd birthday, Granddad.
Thanks, sweetheart.
I got you this.
A mug. Oh, thank you. What does it say? Beware, if you are 60 or older, you may be at increased risk of hospitalization from RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, compared to adults younger than 60.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
And paid for by Linear Marketing Group. Are you drowning in debt? Are you struggling to make minimum payments? Did you know that on average, a household with at least one credit card struggles with over $17,000 in credit card debt? If this sounds like you, know that it's not your fault. Credit card debt happens to good people. Credit card companies lure you in with low introductory rates and low minimum payments. Before you know it, you're in over your head. We've helped thousands of good people just like you become debt-free with our Debt Reset program that will dramatically reduce your debt down to a fraction of what you owe. Our Debt Reset program is customized to get you debt-free in as little as 24 to 48 months with one low monthly payment. If you owe over $10,000 in credit card debt or even personal loans, call 800-278-0630 now. There are no upfront fees or out-of-pocket expenses. You don't pay a dime until we succeed. Call now to see how the Debt Reset program can work for you. 800-278-0630. That's 800-278-0630. Again, 800-278-0630.
The all-new Nissan Ariya is a fully loaded EV. It's brimming with style and power,
Up to 389 horses of it.
innovation, and intelligence.
E-Force all-wheel drive.
It'll pin you to your seat.
Your very plush seat.
The all-new, all-electric Nissan Ariya. E-Force cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. E-Force and 389 horsepower available on Platinum Plus. Nissan calculation using 1-foot rollout testing with long-range battery and E-Force only in sport mode with E-step off. These results are for comparison only and should not be attempted on public roads. Drive responsibly. See nissanusa.com for details.
Screen time's over.
Be home by 11?
Put your phone down while we're eating.
When parents set boundaries, keep track of where their kids go, and talk to them about the dangers of underage drinking and drugs, they keep their kids safe. Visit talknowaz.com. Be the influence. Talk early. Talk often. Talk now.
Thanks. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Arizona's new home for sports.
Hey, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Right now, the Ravens are up 7-3 over the Commandos. You got, I don't think they have their starters playing, do they? That's a little bit concerning.
Not the offensive starters.
Lamar Jackson's not playing for the Ravens, but Sam Howell is for the Commandos, right?
Yeah.
You? How's he looking? Is he all right?
Just from what I've seen, he looks all right. Yeah, looks solid.
All right. Well, just, it's only a quarter in and it's just preseason. So whatever. But anyways, that's happening right now. We're going to get another chance to see how Jordan Love is. He's going to play in the Packers preseason finale.
How about that?
So that ought to be interesting.
I mean,
I feel kind of bad because it seems like everybody that's talking about Jordan Love, including us,
he stinks.
This kid has no chance.
Keon has stood up for him.
Yeah, I'm holding to the fact that, quite frankly, we just haven't seen him play enough. And
see, I feel the same way. I haven't seen him enough to know if he's bad or not. But I'll be honest with you. I mean, he's following a Hall of Famer, a surefire Hall of Famer.
David Bakhtiari?
No.
Oh.
No.
And
Aaron Rodgers.
Him? All right.
Yeah.
And I'm rooting for him because he seems like a good dude. And I don't know. I like to see good guys succeed in the NFL. You know, he goes out there, he handles his business, he doesn't throw teammates under the bus. He tries to do everything the right way. You want to see a guy like that do well. So I take the fact that I haven't seen him play a lot, and I just genuinely think he's a good guy.
Well, you're going to get to see him against the Seahawks. So let's just hope they don't start their first string defense on him. Teddy Bridgewater, by the way, is playing in the preseason, and he's got a jersey with the number 50 on it. That's an odd number for a quarterback, isn't it?
Just a little bit.
50. But it's because they haven't assigned him a quarterback number yet. I think all the numbers he requested are either retired or not available.
The number you've asked for is disconnected and no longer in service. Well, 50 because he was number 5 in college. That's kind of what they're saying. And so if things go his way, he'll get somebody's number. I don't know. I mean, why not just go with 50? Why not have a weird number? Because then you're running around in the backfield. People see a 50. They're not thinking, oh, look, that's the quarterback. Of course, then they also might kill you. I think you're a fullback and flatten you like one. All right. So let's take a look at CJ Stroud. Keon, did you catch any of his play? He played the entire first half in their second preseason game. He did better. He did a little bit better. But improvement is all you can hope for when you're trying out a new quarterback. But I feel like that quarterback went pretty high in the draft there, Keon.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna bury him on preseason games 1 and 2. The game is just gonna be fast for some guys, and it did look like it slowed down for him. It didn't look like game 1. I was worried about him because he looked scared. He looked like the game was moving too fast for him. He couldn't process what he was looking at. And so I thought in the second game, it did slow down for him. He did make some of those throws that got him drafted. He had a throw in traffic that actually was an incomplete pass, but he put the ball right on the money. And then he had another throw that was, I think, like a 21 yard pickup that he threw with a lot of touch and a lot of accuracy. Like those are the throws that got him drafted where he was drafted. So I have a little bit more hope now in terms of he's going to be playing as the starter this season. They're not going to let him sit on the bench and learn. He's going to be out there to learn on the job. And if it's overwhelming, I am afraid for guys like that because the game's happening so fast, they don't remember anything. So there's nothing to sort of keep in mind and say, okay, I'll never do that again. If it's going to be slow enough like that for him, then even if he doesn't look like the greatest quarterback ever in his rookie season, as long as he can take those lumps, learn those lessons, make a mistake and go, okay, I know why this happened and I know not to do that again, then I'm less worried about him. I'm pretty excited to watch him play this year.
Probably why DeMeco Ryans has not yet said, hey, CJ Stroud is our starter for week 1. Because if you look at everything, there may have been some improvements. Maybe he looked a little more put together, but he was still 7 of 12, 60 yards. And that was an entire first half.
And you also have to keep in mind their team stinks.
That's how they got him.
That's how they got him. But that means that he's not working with a whole lot. The 7 of 12, he threw a couple of passes that, quite frankly, should have just been caught. And
who the hell was his backup? I mean, who else is the other guy? I don't say the backup, but who else is in Texas to be the starter if Stroud's not ready?
Well, Davis Mills is still there, isn't he?
Yeah, Davis Mills is still there, and Mills was all right last year. I mean, he was just okay. Davis Mills is going to be a quality backup in the NFL. I think he's shown enough of that's like, okay, I'm not worried about him. He's going to play in the league for like 15 years. He'll never start for anybody, but he'll just be around. But Stroud's got a real opportunity, I think, to be molded into something really, really cool. And I don't know if throwing him to the Wolves is necessarily the best way of going about it if the game looks like it's just too fast for him.
Todd Bowles, we mentioned this earlier. He's like, oh, there's no timetable on naming the starting quarterback. Everything's great. Oh, I'm so getting fired. So yeah, Todd Bowles, it seems like it'll be Baker Mayfield, but either he's playing games and stuff with the boys, in practice, or he's gamesmanship.
The thing is, if you have a guy, usually when you do this, you're not giving the job. It's like a situation like with Sam Howell, where he's a young guy. You want him to fight for the job, but you don't want to just hand it to him. But Baker's been in the league, so if he's not separating himself from Kyle Trask, that is scary. That is really scary.
On the depth chart, right? At least right now, Baker Mayfield's listed as QB1. So,
and he'll probably wind up with it, but it's not going to be because he separated himself so much as he's the least bad of two options that you probably don't like.
There is no quarterback controversy for the Buffalo Bills because Matt Barkley threw 3 interceptions in 12 attempts against the Steelers.
I didn't even know he was still in the league. Wow.
That was bad. Hey, this will be interesting. Aaron Rodgers is going to play in the Jets' last preseason game. So if you want to see how things look with him, I don't think that team is altogether, if you know what I mean. I think the O-line, I think that O-line is not ready for him. He's been having problems with his center, and the defense is solid, but that offensive line, they're just not gelled. I'm not saying they're bad players. I'm just saying it hasn't really come together. So I think that is why Aaron Rodgers is going to play in that game. I don't know how much of that game. I don't know what they're looking for. I don't, I think they're just not quite ready yet. And I don't know, if we watch the Hard Knocks, we'll probably get a better idea of what's going on. But even that, it's a fluff piece. So who knows? But if you're telling me that Aaron Rodgers is coming in the last preseason game, I feel like maybe you've told us something that offense is not ready.
Well, I don't think so. You need time with that offense. You do need some time to gel. You've got to play some live game together. It was never just going to be plug instant play. I think Tom Brady played some preseason games with the Bucs. That doesn't tell me where they are in terms of their readiness and their togetherness as a unit. I would have to see it, and well, we'll see, I guess.
Number one Rattlers fan says, "Hey fellas, have a great day. Where the hell you been?" Right here, number one Rattlers fan. Where you been?
Yeah.
Hefty Lefty says, "By playing, I mean he'll be flipping the coin." Swave Dave says, "Finally home. Pour me a tall one." I'm able to see the draft order with the pancake guy. Thought he would turn on the air fryer, but well. I was excited to get picked first until I thought about it. I'm sure I'll get grilled by everyone no matter what. Yep. Swave Dave. Congratulations. Surprise attack dogs. First pick. Let's do this. I've got a cough, and it's we're running out of time, really.
Okay.
I'm going to suppress the cough because we just don't have time.
All right. You're a pro. You can do it.
Time for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1982, Raleigh Fingers of the Milwaukee Brewers became the first reliever in history to record 300 saves when he pitched the final 2 innings of a 3-2 victory over the Seattle Mariners at the Kingdome. The premier closer for the Oakland Athletics team that won 5 division titles and 3 World Series titles retired in 1985 with 341 career saves. Back to me, Jeffrey.
You said that was in 1982?
1985 is when he retired, but it was 1982 where he got his 300th.
So a little trivia.
Okay.
What league was the Brewers in? American or National?
American?
Canadian?
Oh. They were in the American League, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Keon.
Good job, Keon. Ding, ding, ding.
All right. I had a
little baseball trivia for you.
Shut up.
Do you guys remember the Milwaukee Brewers being in the American League?
I was a kid. I didn't care. I just saw a guy with a funky curly mustache, like the villain from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I'm like, what the hell's this guy all about?
Oh, he was lights out, man, when he came in.
300. That's a lot of saves.
Oh, yeah. He was all elbows and kneecaps coming at you from that mound.
What possesses a guy to get the squirrely whirly handlebar mustache?
I don't know, man. What possesses some of these guys with their haircuts? I mean, I don't know.
That's fair. That's
like that fighter I saw on the TV the other day. His hair was completely pink.
Oh yeah. Well, no, it started out. Was he wearing a wig or something, or was that his actual hair?
No,
it was
that
like
was his.
It was like
guy,
Fruity
it was just
Pebbles.
This last week. Oh, did he have the Fruity Pebble looking thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then when he fought, he had like pink cornrows in his head, and he destroyed that guy he fought. It was Sugar, what they call it, Sugar.
Welcome to the Sugar Show.
Just started pounding on it. Like when they say hammer fist, he was hammer fisting so hard I could feel it through the computer. I felt it. It's like, oh my God. This guy is just like Mongo, boom, boom, boom. And the guy is just, man, that was
I mean, it's just
surprising.
Just the way it is. You know, some people do things like that.
Nasser Marcus says Raleigh Fingers with the cool mustache played with Robin Yount and Paul Molitor.
Yeah, Robin Yount came into the league, a virtual teenager, and just really shredded Major League Baseball. He was a super talented kid.
Hefty Lefty says that child snatcher in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang might be the rapiest villain of all cinema. I know, it scared the crap out of all of us when we were kids.
Oh, come on.
Bruno Baller says the Brewers and the Cardinals, who actually matched up in the World Series in 1982, are now in the same division. How about that?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. Back in your radios again tomorrow at the 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Plus buy equals. Bye-bye.
I'm Scott Trout, attorney and CEO of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell.